Hey y'all hear the music? Ain't no music. Um
We don't need no music. We don't need no music.
Anywho, welcome back. We know it's been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But we're back. I mean, we said we was gonna do all the reunions in one part. So the third reunion came on a couple days ago. We may be a day late, but we ain't never a dollar show. Okay, you feel me? Because we come prepared. Anyway, welcome to Faith Over Everything's review of The Real Housewives of Potomac, season
Mm-hmm.
7. We finally made it through all 3 parts of the reunion,
Mm.
and we're gonna jump right into it. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I am Angela Suggs.
Oh, I'm Jasmine Subs.
And we gonna jump right into it. Y'all know how we do it. I take the notes and Jasmine just show up and she will go off a recollection. Okay. That's how we
So
do.
if I forget something, it's my fault because I didn't take no notes.
I mean, I try to be detailed, but we'll see. All right, we'll start off with part 1 of the reunion. Part 1 starts off with them playing a clip of the Reasonably Shady podcast where
Mm-hmm.
Robin is saying that she knew of Juan's involvement with, I put her as the receipt lady because she didn't want to produce the receipt, with the receipt lady before season 7 even taped, and that she would share the details with their Patreon members. Um, they then played the clip of Andy asking her about selling her story outside of the show because, you're on a reality show.
Mm-hmm.
Why put this, on a paywall? Like, you already getting paid to tell your story. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then they cut to present day, or not present day, but they cut to the reunion. Andy's walking around backstage, going to all different dressing rooms, talking to the
Check-ins.
ladies. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get to the stage. They have assigned seats. On the first couch is Giselle in the first spot, Ashley, and then Wendy. And then the second couch is Karen on the first spot, and then Candace, Robin, and Mia. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Andy said the assigned seating was by design. Him and the other producers picked the seating. I put my personal. I said I think it should have been Wendy, Karen, and Candace on one side.
Yeah, because they all still cool, right?
Yes, because they said they did it like that because everybody not getting along. So it's like, so why wouldn't you put people that get along on one side?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't, whatever. I just watched the show. Anywho, um, first up for discussion is Ashley and her situation. So they talk about her. I said Ashley's home situation. The new home is 7 minutes away from Michael's. Um, they both have keys to each other's house. She this must have taped in like January because she was saying that she could file for divorce in February. Um,
Mm.
and that the prenup did not work in her favor. The prenup did not work in her favor. Everything that is his stays his, even whatever he made during the marriage. If he invested the money that he made prior to the marriage into his business, the money that he made from those investments is still his. She can't touch it. Whatever. So then she says she's not going to get no alimony. And apparently she signed that away in the prenup. So I'm like, why would you sign a prenup saying you're not getting no alimony? I mean,
What's the whole purpose of a prenup?
I mean, so this is why I think I was confused. I'm like, a prenup is for you to protect your assets, whatever. But
Exactly.
I think what it is because I remember Ashley would say like the prenup was only good for like 5 years or
5
something.
years, and after 5 years, that's when she start saying, "Okay, I'm gonna have a baby with him," because that. I mean, it sounds bad, but that's an asset.
But I mean, but a prenup. I'm saying, but once the prenup is null and void, you should be able to get
Basically, everything
alimony.
goes as yeah as whatever because
So
now
like, so did
it's
she sign a new
out the
prenup?
door. She must have like after I think they, I, I I might be making this stuff up, but I feel like after they had the baby, they did another prenup, and that one was for 10 years. I could be making this up,
Maybe y'all
but
let us know in
I
the
feel
comments
like yeah, but
because
I feel
my
like
memory trash.
it was something like she after she had
Ding.
Dean, yeah, after she had Dean, I feel like she said that they had did a new prenup or whatever, because that's when it started getting a little shaky anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was already shaky, but like she started seeing it that it started getting shaky. I want to say that I could be making it up. I could be wanting
But I'm
this
saying,
on
but
her
even
life.
then, that don't make sense. If it's a little shaky, I'm not signing no new prenup. A prenup is to protect him. The prenup isn't for her at all. So why would
But
I
maybe
sign a
by
prenup?
then, maybe she was making. Well, I don't know. Maybe she was making more than him off these shows
Girl,
and
I don't
TikToks and
know.
stuff.
Not off of TikTok.
You know they be
I
making
don't
money,
know.
child.
They don't be making no real
But
money.
I don't
People
know.
that be on
It
TikTok say they don't make no
none of
money
that.
like that.
Oh, well, none of that stuff makes sense with the prenup and without the prenup. And I don't know why she did. I don't know why she did a lot of stuff because it was like you went to the attorney and they showed that clip too. Like you went to the attorney and the attorney told you not to do, and you still did it. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what's the purpose of wasting that lady time?
Don't
Like
get a
you could
house
have
with
just,
him. Get a house with
yeah.
him. That's what she
And then she
does.
go get a house with, like you just,
Just
like what's the purpose? Like what's wrong with you? Like her uncle said, what is wrong with you?
what's going on in your head, baby? Like, anyway, she's not sure even how much Michael is worth. Like, girl, how
Mm.
do you who is your lawyer? Her lawyer has to be on Michael's payroll. Cause ain't no way a lawyer is gonna be like, oh well, you know, the money that's his is his. Every money, all the money that he invested before the marriage, while in the marriage, still is his. You telling me like y'all didn't make no money together? Like you didn't make anything? Like and then you don't know.
But I thought that the restaurant, that's why I'm so
Then,
confused because
but
I
the
thought
restaurant
that the
closed down, didn't
restaurant
it?
was, yeah, it closed down, but ain't that one of the things that was like building up to like the businesses that they had? That was just one of
That was
them
his
that they
business.
displayed.
That was his.
Oh,
That's
so she
probably.
didn't have nothing to do with it? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused about her decision making. I don't know what happened.
Mm.
Karen told her, Mama Karen told her she needs to have her lawyer look into the money that's made in the marriage that wasn't invested and see how much that is because she should have access to that. Like, you should be able to know how much he has. For you to sit up here and say you don't know, girl,
It seemed like she don't care to know as long as he paid that 13,000 mortgage, she
girl,
good.
she says she will get child support. Um, she will get child support, the house, and some money. Then that's where she really lost me. Talking about something, she get to keep the house. Well, how, you don't get to. You can't pay for the house. You get to keep a house that you can't afford. Oh, big whoop! Like, girl, now listen. I can see if the man paid the house off, and you like, okay, I get to keep the house. I get the deed to the house.
Hmm.
You want a
You
house that
still
ain't
have
even
to
paid
pay a
for. You can't even
mortgage.
afford the
Exactly.
$13,000 mortgage, but you get
So
to keep the house.
technically, he can be like, "You right. You can get the house, and I'm not paying for it.
He's
I
setting
pay for
her
my
up.
kids."
He's setting her up.
Yeah,
She la 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 Sesame Street. She over there with
sure.
Deborah. Um, girl, what's that? She get child support. She get to keep the house and some money that she got. Oh, and some money from safety net language that's in their separation agreement. So it's like, okay, girl, and I bet you that's very bare minimum. He probably was like, "Yep,
Right.
let me give her $13,000 a month." And she gonna be like, that's only enough to cover the mortgage. What about the kids? What about them? They can come live with me. Like, Andy then reads a question from a viewer asking Ashley about her saying a few seasons ago that Candace was the least accomplished on the cast,
Mm,
and now she has a flourishing music career while Ashley is telling us she can't afford her mortgage.
mm,
Ashley says she apologized to Candace, or she apologizes to Candace for that. Candace pointed out that at the time, people in the cast had a lot to say about her mama helping her get her
mm.
house that she was living in at the time, Ashley being one of them. Ashley tried to make it seem as if her situation with Michael in the house she can't afford is different than Candace's situation because she was saying that Candace was too old to be living off her mama, whatever. And I'll have to disagree with Ashley. Like, if there's anybody that I would rather depend on, I would rather depend on my parent. Like, because they
Mhm.
love me unconditionally. Like, they not going do do me dirty. So you sitting up here basically like she was pointing out, like now you living off of Michael. Like Michael is doing well, I mean, but your mother girl. And when best believe when my children are 30, they're not going to be needing me to help. But if they did, as
But you
their mother,
don't
you
know
would be
that
there.
though.
I know, but if they did,
Exactly.
as their mother, you would be there. So
Exactly.
don't
Because you're going to be
love your
there like
children
Candace's mom was being there for her.
unconditionally. Like, girl, like what? Like, I would rather have my parents help me than an ex husband or ex whoever. Like,
No, that's true because like obviously like she's saying, he's not being nice or whatever. I mean, like I don't even know what the word to say, but it's like he's not being what you thought he was going to be because you didn't think
mm-hmm,
that you was going to go through. I don't even know if y'all really gonna get divorced, but you didn't think that it was gonna get this bad or whatever, and yet and still here you are,
mm-hmm,
not having anything. You thought that you was gonna have this much and got screwed over or whatever like that. I mean, is my mama gonna screw me over? She might, but she gonna get over it. She gonna still take care of me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
she gonna kick me out for a
girl,
week and then she
stop.
gonna let me come back.
Right, like
Like,
not even a week, a day, or maybe an hour. Like and then we gonna talk.
not an
Like, hey,
hour.
girl.
I'm back. Listen, I'm sorry, girl. You sorry, girl. Okay, girl. Let's move on. Like, listen, my mama is not gonna put me on. It's my mama. Like, especially if I'm
Right,
on
I
a
can always go home.
and I'm on a up and up. It ain't like I'm out here doing something strange for a little bit of change. And I can see her being like, "No, girl, you can't stay here. You bringing too much drama to my house." But I'm an
Hmm.
upstanding citizen. Got a good job. Got a husband. We try to do whatever, girl. If you don't go somewhere, you just a
Hmm.
hater. Um, she said she's gonna keep Michael's
Hmm.
last name for her children. Whatever. Next topic was Mia. Mia,
Your favorite
she got to
character.
go. Listen, she Mia said that she is still under medical care. She has tissue growing in her reproductive organs, and she will probably need a hysterectomy. Um, they talk about Wendy and the hot mic situation she had, where she was talking crazy about Mia. Like, we all know she lying. It's fine. Whatever. Mia asks, I said, Mia asks, why not say you think I'm a liar to my face and not behind my back, like the snake that you are? I said, but why she? I was like, but why would she do that when Giselle had already done it and she did it the wrong way? Like, she already called you basically a liar to your face. Like, was Giselle a snake too? Like, I don't understand. Like, why Mia had to, oh,
Oh,
well,
of
not
course
Mia,
not, because that's her
Wendy.
BFF,
Trash.
Giselle.
Girl.
Mm,
Then we find out that Mia and G's businesses were taken from them by G's brothers.
brother.
Um, Andy said, I thought you was a CEO. So how they take your business?
Right, that's like
I'm gonna take J
yeah. This
Design on
does
a
not make
dime.
sense.
You the
I
CEO.
was just finna say that. I literally. That's why I just was like, let me just let it go. But
Mm-mm.
I was literally just finna say that, like, so you can come and take J Design on a dime.
Mm-hmm.
How?
I, I mean,
Like, on what? And then like you getting mad because you're not making sense and everybody is laughing
at
at
you
you,
and not with you.
not with you.
Not at all.
And it's like I'm not gonna keep talking if you guys are going to, think it's a joke. It is a joke. You are a
Mm-hmm.
joke because there's no way that you can be a CEO of a thing of a business and someone snatches from you and you don't know anything about it.
Well, let me explain what she said. So those who did not watch it, Mia said that the brother is part owner of the company and both of their names was on the business bank accounts. And either one of them at any time can remove the other from the account. I said that sounds
So which bank is this?
but
Because that's impossible. That's the whole purpose of
exactly.
you having a joint account that both of you got to be there to take at least one of them off. So what bank is this?
I would think I would have to sign away my yes, I no longer
Exactly.
want to be
Unless
on
you
this
forge,
account.
unless you forge in my signature or something like that, because then now I'm going to sue you
Like,
because there's
because
no
that
way
don't make
that you can.
sense. We both on the account, but
Exactly.
I'm gonna go sign you off and take the account.
So I took you off my account. How? How did you do that without me being there?
She then mentions they had a board meeting where they voted in a third member. I wrote this down because I was confused. The numbers just wasn't numbering.
Girl, everybody was confused.
She
She
then
said, "Girl, I
mentions,
thought." Now the only thing that Giselle made me laugh about, she's like, "Girl, I thought you was gonna say seven." I was gonna fall out. I was like, "Me too," because
listen, she then mentions they had a board meeting where they voted in a third member. Candace said, who was on the board? Mia said there are several different members on the board. Then proceeded to talk about there being two managing members, and now there are three, and the other two voted G out before he could push them out. Then they get into a confusing conversation that's all over the place. There are three people on the board, and then there was eight. Girl, like what is? I mean, I'm pretty sure what she was trying to say makes sense, but it's like she's just not saying it correctly. Like, because if you're saying that there are three people on the board and you're the CEO, I would think you would be one of those board members. So then that means the other
Mm-hmm.
person would be his brother and the other person is
Mm-hmm.
G. So how,
Mm-hmm.
who voted him out? Like you could only, you,
Right.
I mean, I
G
don't,
voted you out, but then you
not
said
even
that
G, G voted
he took it
himself
from
out.
you and
She
G.
said he was voted out.
There's no way he There's no way he
Then
voted
they got to
himself
talking
out.
about like, well, if you're the CEO, you should have so much power, you should have so much percentage. And she like, yeah, I am, but then like you said, she got mad talking about some y'all don't understand business and I don't want to talk about it. Like, girl,
I mean,
listen,
like, you don't understand business. You didn't understand your title.
you are
You
not,
weren't the CEO. You were
girl.
just there. You were the face of the joint. I had
Exactly.
to think about what it was.
She was the
You were the
administrative
face of
assistant.
the joint.
Yep. She was pushing papers. Okay. she I'm just saying, like,
Something about them ladies they just be lying about.
girl, just whatever. Giselle asked if the brothers got rid of G because maybe maybe they were embezzling money. She
Mm.
denied it and then laughed it off. But I'm like, girl, that is a strong accusation for somebody to say, oh, well, maybe you guys were embezzling money. That would be a time for you to throw a drink on somebody and get angry. Like, no, you're not going to sit up here and say that you're calling me a thief, whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
the same way you got mad at her for talking about your husband and throwing a drink on Wendy, you don't got no energy for Giselle when she's calling y'all thieves. She's saying
Mm.
y'all was over there embezzling money, taken from the company, and you like, no, girl,
Mm.
you did. No, I'm just playing like allegedly. No, I don't know what happened. I don't know, but I just thought that was weird. Like, okay, they no longer live in Potomac. They got rid of all their rental properties and now they are just living off of their savings or whatever else.
Mm.
I'm just like, that is crazy. Like, how does that happen? Like, I don't. I'm talking about she was bi-coastal. They
Better
was
humble
like, girl, you've been on the same
thyself.
coast. Like, we're just living bi-coastal. They was like, girl, you was in
Shit,
Florida.
ain't that the same
You was
coast?
that is all on the East Coast, ma'am. You are all on. Well, you know what I mean. No, we don't know what you mean.
We don't know what you mean. That's the problem. Like, just stop talking.
Just silly. I was like in between commercial break, Giselle. Okay, so I said in between commercial break, Giselle and Andy have a moment where we find out that he has never been with a woman, but he is
Mm-hmm.
curious. He was like, "I'm 54 now." Giselle said, "Well, I'll do it with you if you haven't done it by 60." Andy said, "That would be an HR issue." And I said, "That's right, Andy. Don't let her make up no stories about you, okay? Because if that
All
baby
right,
would have
because they
said,
sure gonna roll it right back in the 7th season, so
so,
that'd be 6 years. 13 in the 13th season, she'll be talking about that Andy made her feel uncomfortable
girl,
6 seasons
not the
ago.
13th season." Back in 2022, Andy, we're actually
You made
2023.
me feel
When we were at the
uncomfortable.
reunion, I just felt like you said, maybe like, girl, run the tape.
Like I said, I didn't want that. Everybody else had that. I said I'm curious of a female, not any female.
Not a Giselle. Like, no, thank you.
Okay.
And I told you that
wanna
was an
be
HR
curious.
issue. Don't come for me.
Mm-hmm.
I covered all my bases.
Okay, he sure did. First he did laugh at it, but then he was like, let me stop because I forgot she the one that lied about Chris.
Exactly. Like,
He's like, that would be a HR issue.
yes, it would. Now I am your boss.
But if he gets some, especially a black, that baby gonna turn straight like a mud.
I am delivered. I don't like mans no more. Oh, he got a whole husband and a baby. He just gonna leave the kid. Just gonna leave him
The
alone.
husband gonna get curious too. They both gonna come out and have their testimony. I'm here for it.
I am delivered. I don't like men's no more. Like,
No
okay,
more.
okay.
What-
Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry,
a woman,
y'all.
a woman, whatever. Y'all can't stand you. I forgot about that part. I'm sorry, y'all. We got off topic. Anywho. Speaking of Chris, next we move on to Candace. We see unseen footage of Giselle telling production that after the season wrapped, Chris sent her a message to her DM. We didn't see the full message, but it was pretty lengthy. But he did mention in the message that we could see if he made her feel uncomfortable, he was sorry, and that he didn't like some of the language used about the situation, and that's why he kept his distance. She said, "See, he admitted it and he apologized." Andy said, "Well, I don't think he admitted anything. He said, if I made you
Mhm.
feel uncomfortable, then I'm sorry." Giselle was like, "Oh, it's an apology. He's admitting what he did." Like, girl. Anywho, Candace said he sent that before we saw the footage from the season, where she was calling him a sneaky link and talking about how married men be wanting her. Giselle then tried to apologize in the moment for those comments and states that she will apologize to Chris when he comes out as well. Like, girl,
Candace, I give it to her because I know she can't fight, but that mouthpiece though, it be cracking me up. She said, "Take that apology and shove it up your." I was like,
okay then, Candace. Okay,
oh,
girl.
wait, then Andy's almost okay, not acceptable. Like, no, she is not accepting this
No,
apology.
I'm not gonna accept that. They're actually gonna try and defend Giselle, talking about some. Well, when she talks, she be adding a little sauce and stuff. No, don't add
Yeah.
no sauce that make my husband look like he looking like, girl.
Mm-mm.
Robin then mentions that Giselle did tell her that she was uncomfortable the day it happened right away, and Candace believed that that may have been true and said that she and Chris have talked about that, but her issue was how Giselle presented it on the show. She waited till
Mm-hmm.
the cameras were around to make it an issue. So for that, that's when she did her you can take that apology and shove it up your butt. Like, I don't want nothing to do with that. Like, no, because yeah, we talked about it, and I could see how, what, maybe maybe he did make you feel away, but you could have came to us and told us that. Like, you saved it for your storyline, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They switched gears and said they'll pick up the conversation when Chris comes out. Andy
Mm-hmm.
asks how the baby journey is coming along, and she reports that she has 6 embryos. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they then go a little bit backwards because a viewer asked Candace, or asked about Candace saying G accused Chris of sexual assault. Oh, Giselle. I was like, G did what?
I was like, when did she do something
A
to
viewer
Giselle?
asked about they asked Candace about G accusing Chris of sexual assault when she didn't, or saying that Giselle accused him of sexual assault when she didn't do that. Candace said she did accuse him of sexual assault when she told people that Chris grabbed Ashley Friend's butt. Giselle said, "We all thought that." No, I'm like, in the clip, nobody said anything about Chris grabbing this lady butt, but you. You went back and told Robin that, whatever. And then
Mm-hmm.
somehow it made it across the group. But Ashley never said that. Whatever.
Mm-mm.
Giselle
And I
just be
think
hearing stuff. Cleared it up.
Ashley had corrected her. Like, no, I did not say that.
And she
Like
was like,
I
no, I
said,
didn't say he did. I'm like, girl.
yeah.
So, I mean, whatever. So Robin gonna chime in. Robin just got on my nerves this whole season. Just shut up, sit down. She gonna chime in an effort to get the heat off of Giselle because she's just irritating. When I say because nobody else said that. Oh, that's what it was. Nobody else said that Chris touched anybody but Giselle, whatever. She's going to say, well, let's just all agree that it's not the best idea for a married man to be in a hotel room with a single woman. Let's not miss that message.
There's no message though.
That made me
There's no
mad
message.
because it was like, you the main one that's basically was telling Giselle she was tripping. Whatever, you talking to Chris and Candace saying that that it wasn't what it was, and that Giselle was basically, overreacting, or so then for you to be my friend and tell me that what my husband did wasn't wrong and that she's overreacting, then to make it seem like, well, let's not miss the message that a married man shouldn't be in a room with a single woman in the hotel room. But we all cool. Like, I don't want, I don't.
Right. It's not like I've never given you the impression that I wanted you. Even while we were in the hotel room with just me and you,
Mm-hmm.
you even said that I've never gave you that impression that I wanted you. You just said that you felt uncomfortable. Now, who am I to feel like, oh, my husband better not be in no bedroom with no single woman? That did nothing. That didn't phase me. You're
Mm-hmm.
80 years old. I'm 50. I don't want you. Like, I don't, you're not
Not she
my
80 and he
kind. I
50.
like dark skinned women. You are light skinned. I
No,
like,
thank you.
right. Like, I like what I like. And
You
if
the
that was a,
homie. That's why I'm talking to you
I,
about my wife. Like, I
exactly.
thought we
That's
was
why I'm so
cool.
cool with
I thought
you.
we was
Like,
cool. I'm telling you what's
that
got on
was
my
so
nerves
weird to
about
me. I
this.
was like, that don't make no sense because I'm not like I'm trying to think of myself. Like even I mean, I'm clearly we're not like them, but I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying like if Aaron were to be going to somebody's room or whatever, I'm not going. The first thing I'm gonna be thinking, oh shoot, what they doing in the hotel? If you want to do something, you ain't gotta wait to go to a hotel room. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
go wherever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like that was just so.
And then,
I
like,
don't,
the situation
Robin,
don't
please
even make
stop.
sense. It ain't like they were at the hotel. It ain't like he worked at the W. Giselle had got a room. She was there. Nobody's around,
And
and
he
he
came
showed up
and
to your
closed the
room.
thing. Room service.
Not for this. Turn the lights down. Like, no, this is not. This was a reunion. Everybody's present. You think this is
Right.
gonna be the time where I'm gonna be like,
That I'm
girl,
gonna try to slid up in your in your dress.
girl, like make it make sense. Like you don't, whatever.
Oh
Um,
gosh, help me, Lord.
just stupid. And then just even with Robin, girl of all people, you need to just be quiet. Granted, you and Juan wasn't married at the time, but your whole husband was paying for hotel rooms and you was
Right,
nowhere
girl,
around. So how
that's
you?
Candace should. That's what Candace should have
Well,
turned
Candace
around and
didn't
said.
know at that time, so she had nothing to
I'm saying
say.
when she didn't know about the receipts.
No, when they
I
did
thought this
this,
was already. I thought
mm-mm.
this was oh
That's why I
girl,
kept
because
saying like
that's
2 weeks later. All this stuff came out 2 weeks after the reunion.
okay. Because I'm like, shoot, that would have been
Oh,
because
you know,
Candace
Candace would have been like, "Girl,
she be coming with it. Be like, girl, I know you ain't the one that came to the whole hotel and didn't go to the room.
it didn't
Okay,
sleep with
girl.
nobody. He just put his car down and left."
Okay.
But we'll get to that later,
I don't know
guys. But
since when we be okay. I'm sorry.
but
I done skipped
but
all over the
I'm
place,
just saying, of all people to say anything, Robin, it should not have been you, girl. You should have just kept your
especially
mouth.
about no hotel.
I mean, but like I said, in her defense, she could say we wasn't married then, but y'all was engaged. But either
Close
way,
enough. Y'all was married. Common law.
basically, Andy said from the beginning he never even understood the issue. He like, maybe because I'm a gay man, I don't know. But he was like two
Ain't got nothing to do
responsible.
with your gender sexual orientation.
He was like two responsible adults, a man and a woman, who seem to have a good relationship. They should be able to have a private conversation without it being a problem. So he basically like, Giselle, you tripping.
Tripping.
Andy asked why she waited until the cameras were up to bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she didn't plan to until Ashley said that he DM'd her. Wendy
Which
said,
was more irritating. Okay, sorry, go.
because he didn't DM her. Like, Wendy said, we be wanting to give you the benefit of the doubt, but this has been your MO. Like, you do this. Candace said, I've seen her myself multiple times in between the show. Like at her release party for her original CD. You are her original CD. I'm old. Her original debut for her album, when they had a
Mm-hmm.
release party, and she was like, Giselle came to that, and Giselle could have told me then. Like, we could have had a talk then. Giselle gonna say, you'd rather me tell you at that event? Candace said, it's not okay to tell me then, but it's definitely not okay to do it on national television. Like, girl.
When a million people watching. But that just goes to show, like, if I had your information to invite you to this debut, clearly you have my information to receive it and
Mm-hmm.
be like, hey, peep this. before I go to your debut, let me holler at you real
Or
quick
not even
because
that. You could
five
have
months
talked to me
ago
afterwards. Even if you didn't want to do it then and
you
you
could
hadn't talked to
have.
me at that point, once you seen me, we had a good time and be like, okay, girl,
Hmm.
I don't want to ruin your night tonight, but let's set aside some time. Let's do lunch this week so we can have a conversation.
But you know why she didn't do it? Because it wasn't irrelevant.
Because
She
she don't
didn't
have a
have a
storyline.
storyline.
She
It
don't have a
was it
storyline.
was not irrelevant. And the only reason, and she basically told on herself, the only reason why she made it relevant is because, oh, Ashley not finna just get this attention.
Mm-hmm.
Chris tried to get with me too.
He tried me first. He tried me 5 months ago.
Right.
Okay.
I'm the grand dame on that, or whatever Karen be calling
The
herself.
grand dame.
The
I'm the
grand dame.
grand
I'm the
dame.
grand dame for Chris trying to holla first. He
Holla,
started at me
holla.
first,
He want
and
me
I got
first.
I got Robin to be my witness.
You're like,
Like,
girl.
girl,
Jinx.
stop it.
Anywho, yeah, so that ended the part one reunion. Part two picks back up with Candace telling Giselle that instead of sharing her life and her story, she was too busy on Karen couch and then Robin face, talking about Chris needed to apologize and he didn't do nothing. And at this point, we still don't know what he did, but she wanted an apology. And
Mm.
but like you said, she do be with them words because she said something about her uterus being dried up, and I was like, "Oh, girl." I didn't write that down because I didn't want to. I didn't want to speak that because that was just
Girl, her mouth was
her
her
mouth is
mouth got out of
reckless.
hand.
That's
Yeah,
why
her
I
mouth
be
got
like,
out of
"Girl,
hand.
you gonna be." That's listen.
She needs to take some boxing classes with Wendy. Didn't Wendy say she was doing boxing
Giselle
classes
or
for
not
strength or
Giselle? Yeah,
something?
Wendy was doing kickboxing. I think at the end of the
Kickboxing. She needs to do something with cause she with that mouth, you do definitely need to know how to fight.
Absolutely. But yeah, she was like, Chris needs to apologize for what we still know what he did to her. Giselle said, I told you he made me feel uncomfortable. Andy asked, well, was it that you were uncomfortable being in the room alone with him? Or did he do something to make you feel uncomfortable? Giselle said, I feel like it's semantics at this point. Girl, no, it's not. There's definitely a difference between someone, because him making you feel, are you feeling uncomfortable is not his intent. Him doing something to make you uncomfortable, there's intent behind that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to do this. I'm trying to touch your leg. I'm trying to grab your breast. Like, I'm trying to do these things. If I'm just in a room with you and in your mind, you're like, oh, I don't like the way this looks. I don't like the way this feels. He's not doing anything. You're just feeling uncomfortable in the moment, and that's a you problem. Whatever. That
Mm-hmm.
he can help you with, but you ain't tell him, like, Chris, I'm uncomfortable with
Mm-hmm.
this. So how he supposed to know, and why do he owe
Yeah,
you?
maybe if you would have just said that in the room, like, hey,
I didn't know we
like
was gonna be
before we even
alone.
got to the room, like, ooh, ain't nobody in here. We can talk in the hallway though. What's up?
I guess, but whatever.
So like, when did that uncomfort come in your heart or in your feelings?
I mean,
Like,
I'm not even gonna say that she's not uncomfortable. She probably was uncomfortable, but it was just,
I'm not doubting that she was, but I'm saying when? When did that happen?
when
Like,
did you
y'all
first realize, like, oh, this
obviously
is not
had
a
a
good look? I don't want to
yeah.
be here. At what
Like,
point
when did you
could
start
you not
feeling
have
that?
spoke
Like,
up?
exactly, because you have no problem with talking at all to
Mm-hmm.
anybody about how you feel or what
Mm-hmm.
they need to answer. So, did it come later on when you start figuring out, oh, he don't really want me, so let me say that I feel uncomfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it?
Girl, I don't know.
Interesting.
Mm. Interesting. Giselle then told Candace that Candace made it a bigger thing than it needed to be. Candace said, "Nah, you did this, and you knew what you was doing when you brought it on TV to make my husband look bad." I'm like, "Girl, you can't defame somebody and then be like, you just took it too far. I know I said this, but y'all just took it way too far. Y'all could have just gave me my apology for what y'all didn't do, and it would have been over."
Girl,
And
that's
then
interesting.
Mia gonna interject and say, "What is wrong with just acknowledging that your husband treated your friend inappropriately?" Giselle gonna interrupt and say, "No, it wasn't inappropriate. It was, I was uncomfortable." And I wrote, "That's the problem. Like the way that you're saying it, even Mia, who with y'all 24/7, She still don't understand that the man didn't do anything
Well,
to you. I mean, we know it's Mia, but I'm
we
just
know
saying
it's
there's
Mia,
a
so.
world full of Mias. There's a world full of Mias watching this show who are going to compute it the same way Mia is computing it because of the way that you're delivering it. You're making it seem like this man did something to you. So much so that Mia,
Mm-mm.
who is around, well, Chris probably don't come around people like he used to, but I'm pretty sure
Mm-mm.
she has met Chris. She's seen what kind of guy he is. You said accept or acknowledge that your husband treated your friend inappropriately. But he didn't though. And even Giselle corrected you right away. Like, no, 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 no. So girl, don't this is exactly why it got blown up because of the way you made it seem. And now you try to
Mm-hmm.
make it seem like, well, I didn't say that. I said this, whatever. No, shut up. Just ugh, whatever. I was like, Giselle's acting like what she did didn't matter or make Chris look away, but whatever. We see what happened. Andy said, let's talk about it more when Chris is out here again. So he tried to divert
Mm-hmm.
it away. They then cut to the footage of Chris talking to Ashley's friend Deborah and asked her what she thought about it. Ashley said she was a little surprised because it didn't match what Deborah said, but says that Deb said that production edited it and she stands by Deb's account. Girl, production can't, well, they can edit voices. They can, you see they cut stuff up and
And then she said that
the
his
mouth didn't
words or
sync.
the mouth. Girl, who could see his mouth?
Sesame Street.
But if you saying that they edited and the mouth wasn't even matching, when like when we were viewing it, because I did not see Chris mouth at all. Like it
But
was a
even if it
person that
didn't
was standing
match,
right there, so it was just like
even if his
I'm
mouth didn't match,
confused.
his actions did. I didn't see him leaning over to you.
I didn't see
I seen
him
him lean.
touching
He
you,
was at the
linked over to you. He was still on his phone.
that baby wasn't, or if he wasn't on the phone, he wasn't in your face. Your body language was looking towards him.
You inputted yourself to talk to him. He wasn't thinking about you, boo boo.
Girl,
He wasn't.
I don't know why they want Chris. What they want with Chris? Chris don't do nothing. He's just a good, faithful white
Listen, she
man.
said,
Just a good, faithful white man to his black woman, to his chocolate. Okay, y'all better leave him alone. Andy also said
they curious.
he also said the Happy Eddie thing was a reach.
Very much so.
Wendy said it was a reach. And now the men in this group can't even talk to the other women in this group out of fear that they will be blamed or pegged for something that they not. And I said, that's absolutely true. And that's absolutely
That's
sad.
sad. Mm-hmm.
Like, that don't make no sense. Like, so now we can't talk
Like
to y'all.
you've been around so many doggone bums that you don't even recognize just a true genuine guy that's just trying to be nice, or not even nice, just being regular. Like just,
Mm-hmm.
hey, how are you? My name is Chris. Yeah. Oh well, yeah, it's a lot of us.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm happy because I got a wife. Like what? And he supposed to be mad? Like you at a celebration? I don't
Mm-mm.
understand.
No, he's supposed to be unhappy. Ain't nobody else happy. I'm not happy in my marriage. You happy in your marriage? So why you? What you mean you happy? That's not how marriages work. Like, no, listen, I'm sorry. First of all, now everybody's not happy in their marriage, but there are ups and downs, okay? You just may be going through a down period. It'll get better, baby.
But don't bring me down with you.
Exactly. Leave me
Cause you
alone.
talking about your husband, but
Mind,
yet you still in my face.
mind your business, okay? Listen, where Tabitha Brown when you need it? Okay, now. All right, bye. Like, go. Okay, listen, Tabitha Brown read you real good like she did Whitney Williams that one time in her
Okay,
sweet
now
voice.
that was hilarious.
Baby
I
said,
was like,
I
oh
hope
my
one day that you
goodness,
get a
I've
man. That's how
never
Candace
seen
was
it.
telling Ashley. I pray one day you get a man that loves you like my husband loved me. Girl,
I know
just
that's right.
listen. I
Sure.
really do pray that for you. Listen, at the bottom of my
Mm-mm.
heart. The bottom of my heart.
Mm-mm.
Whatever. They did get into a topic about Robin pulling out the Bluetooth and playing Candace's IG Live and how that made Candace feel. Robin tells Candace, you get mad over things that are done to you on camera and it's not fair. When we are here, everything we do should happen on camera. Then they flash forward to her on Watch What Happens Live with Juan's cheating scandal, and it's been revealed. And she talking to Andy, and he told her that he heard from Candace and that she felt betrayed by her. She said, "What does what I have to do, or what does what I shared have to do with her and Chris?" And he was like, "I don't think it's the problem of what you shared, is that it's what you didn't share, because you was just telling her on the reunion you need to share your life. What you mean? We supposed to be, everything that we do is supposed to be on camera. You're supposed to share while you're taping, and you ain't even living by your own." Girl, stupid. Anyway, Giselle is next. They start her package saying this season she dealt with a health scare while preparing to be an empty nester. She did a Sweet 16 party while producing a live show. I was like, that's her. That's her storyline. Because it was like, you know how they talk about your storyline. I'm like, her storyline was a health scare that we only saw a little bit of. Towards,
Right.
we didn't even know about
The
that until
end.
the last episode before last.
Right.
She prepared a Sweet 16 party, and she getting ready for her kids to move out. And she produced a live podcast. Is that interesting? That's not interesting to me. Like, I mean, I don't understand. I got people in my life that got kids that's about to be empty nesters. Well, you're not gonna be. You still got one little straggler.
I'm gonna be empty, all right. I'm gonna be empty. He gonna go right along with his sisters.
Yeah, my nephew is 4. She is not getting rid of him. You better.
Yes, I am.
You gonna send him off with his sisters?
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Like, we doing a going away party for my children. They're like, children.
Said, he is. Y'all pray for my nephew. Anyway, Giselle said this is the first season she has received positive feedback from women when it came to her hysterectomy. I said, that's because you always messy. Don't nobody like you because you messy.
Right,
this is
you messy.
This the first season they could actually relate to something that you was going through, because it's like, oh girl. I mean, that's,
what is that behind you? Is that your hair?
Right here.
Oh, I was like, something kept going up and down.
It was my hair. It's the fan.
Oh, okay.
The fan blowing my hair.
I was just making sure. Like,
thank you, because I would have been like, pause the show. Edit that out. Like, but yes, y'all. So, and then she said that her 3.5 hours of surgery ended up being 8.5 hours. You know, whatever. That is scary. I ain't trying to take away from her experience, but I just didn't understand why. Because she didn't, you know, that's when she had got broken up and was like, I don't want to talk about it right now. And Andy was like, nah, girl, you gonna talk about it.
You're gonna talk about it.
But I'm like, what is?
Wipe the tears. Let's go.
Don't cry. Dry your eyes. Like, so he told her that she had to talk. He said Andy called her out and said that people are always wanting you to share more about your personal life. It seems like there is a lot you don't want to talk about, but you have that expectation from everybody else. She says she does share, but production doesn't show it. And if she asks a question to someone, they don't have to answer her. Or if they don't want to answer her, they don't have to. It was funny to me because I felt like, you seen Mean Girls when they were like, has anybody here been personally victimized by Regina George? And everybody was like, so when she was like, they don't have to, if I ask questions, they don't have to ask. And everybody was like, no, girl, you be bullying us. Like, you, and it was like, everybody was just kind of like, has everybody here been victimized by Giselle Bryant? Because even Mia was like, no, you be having us answer questions. So I was like, girl, don't do that. Who you think you talking to? They was all like,
like, we can just be like, oh, no, I'm not answering that. Oh, okay. No, you gonna
exactly.
Be like, no, for real.
You gonna
Answer
be
my question.
Well, why you don't want to talk about it? And she's just a jerk. Ugh, I'm sorry. I said that kind of hard, but anywho, they discuss her and her 36-year-old boyfriend, some dude named Jason from Winter House, Summer House. I don't know what this show is called. I don't watch it.
Girl, Danny had me cracking up talking about something. The next person gonna get a boo from the spring and
spring and fall house.
Spring and fall.
Summer house, winter house, whatever this baby in. He gonna ask, like, you know, what's the age? No, who? He said something about him being younger. And then Robin was like, what's the age difference? She was like, I don't know. I don't do math.
I'm not good at math.
She said, well, I am. Robin was like, I am. So he 36. Robin said it was a 16-year age difference. Um,
Dang.
so that make her what, 52? 36, 46. Yeah, 52. Andy
Mm.
said, if you still with him, are we going to see him on the show? She said, sure, while laughing. And I was like, that baby laughing because she know he ain't going to make it. Like, she laughed.
Right. She like, sure. Mm-hmm.
Sure. That was like a, okay. Like, you know he ain't about to make it that far.
She ain't
Like,
gonna never have somebody behind her. She ain't never gonna have nobody have her back.
he gonna be gone by then. Right when the season start taping, she gonna mess it up. Like, she gonna be like, oh my god, I made it, I made it, I made it. Cameras about to
I
come
feel
on.
like
The
she
cameras are coming. The cameras.
Kenya.
And he
Her.
gonna be like, that's all right. I realize I don't want to be with you. You too much.
Mm.
Then we go to Wendy. The fight between Mia and Wendy comes up, of course. Andy said, Mia, it seemed like you were getting mad at Wendy for what was going on between her and Peter. Mia said no, it was because she was saying things that had nothing to do with what I was saying to her. So Mia still is not accountable for her actions. Wendy told her what she did was foul, and Mia said that Wendy was upset because she and Peter had did the do because Wendy slept with Peter. Like, you just mad because you
Like
gave
since
Peter the cookie.
when?
What? Like what? What? If I slept
Nobody even had entertained it. They was just like,
but what but it don't make sense. If I wanted Peter and I had him, why would I be arguing with you? Why would I be mad at
right?
you?
Like that didn't make any sense. Like
You just
it
mad
really
because you
didn't
slept with
make no
Peter.
sense.
You just mad because you slept with Peter and I know about it. Boop. Boop. Like, Candace said, y'all need to stop making up stuff just because you ain't got nothing else to say. Like, if you, like, Mia said Wendy and Peter met at bar one alone before filming, and she gave him the cookie, and she know because she's seen the cameras. I said, you seen the video or you seen the cameras? Because seeing the cameras mean Peter took you to bar one and said, that's the camera that recorded us. That's a camera. The camera is seeing something. Like, I don't understand where you didn't say you saw the video. You said you saw the cameras. Make it make sense. Like, I've heard since then she apologized and said that it wasn't true.
Oh, did she?
But
Nobody
we knew
believed
that.
her. Like no one entertained it. Like you didn't even have to. You can keep that apology and shove it up your.
Woohoo! But like you said, we all knew that though. It wasn't no surprise. Anywho,
Mm-mm.
Robin gets asked how was Wendy the antagonistic one when they were fighting, when her and Wendy or when Mia was coming at Wendy, how was Wendy being antagonizing when she was the one that got a drink thrown on her? She said that she
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to see Wendy fighting on TV and was trying to diffuse it. They then show a scene of Robin telling Wendy she didn't want her to fight on camera, or that she didn't want to fight on camera. Like, you don't want to do that. Wendy says she still feels like Robin was wrong because even in that moment, you was only speaking to me as if
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the one that got a drink thrown on me.
I'm the
This crazy
victim.
person,
Like what the heck?
yes, the crazy person is still running around talking crazy and you not trying to talk her down, whatever. Like, I don't understand. Whatever. Since like they then compare how Ashley and Giselle reacted to Monique and Candace. Um how Ashley and Giselle reacted to Monique and Candace, and how they all reacted to the Candace, or and how they all reacted to Wendy and Mia's situation, whatever. So,
Mm-hmm.
when Candace and Monique got into it, or when is it? Yeah, Monique and Ken, when they got into it,
Mm-hmm.
everybody flocked to Candace's defense, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
Candace was the victim in their eyes, whatever. She was clearly the victim in their eyes. Okay, let me
Mm-hmm.
stick with that. Their eyes, because we wasn't recording for that one, but I think we already said it before. She wasn't a victim in my eyes. Whatever. She was not. Because where I'm from, because I feel like that's what I think Wendy touched on that too. Like, where I'm from, you don't just stand up on people. You don't do certain stuff. Certain things that you do mean we about to fight. Point blank,
Mm-hmm.
period. But
And
whatever.
no more words are needed.
That's neither
And
here
I'm
nor
from
there.
where Angie from, so
That's neither here nor there. Okay. Whatever it was, y'all felt like collectively, y'all thought Candace was the victim because of what happened. With Mia and Wendy's situation, everybody rallied around um
Mia.
Mia, whatever. There was no support for Wendy. Giselle said Candace got beat up and Wendy got a drink thrown on her, and that's different. Whatever. Andy said, but it still made her feel away. And then he basically was like, okay, so you said Chris made you feel away, and she want
Mm-hmm.
her feelings to be validated, whatever. But now Wendy is telling you that the situation with Mia made her feel away, whatever. So, do you not care that?
Validate her feelings.
And this is the comment that Giselle said that I already knew I didn't like her. I already knew. Y'all know from the reviews, y'all can tell I don't like the girl. Don't care for her like that. Okay, I don't. This woman said, yeah, but I don't like her. So it's like, so just because you don't like her, that means somebody can mistreat her. There's many people in this world that I may not like, but I would never wish
Mm-hmm.
bad upon them. And if I see
Right.
something bad happen to them, right is right and wrong is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So Mia was
Mm-hmm.
wrong, and I feel like you're pretty much saying, yeah, Mia might have been wrong, but I don't like Wendy, so I don't care what she said. I don't like her. I don't care what happens to her. That is rude. Like,
Especially because y'all sorority sisters. And I feel like they sorority should just come at her and
kick her
take her
out,
letters.
kick her
Yeah,
out, like,
take her
because there is no
letters.
sisterhood. You,
That's not like that don't make no sense. Like I know plenty of people that are in a sorority that they don't like their sorority sisters. However, comma, they're going to take up for them if anything goes down. Like
mm-hmm,
it that just doesn't make sense to me that you would go to that level of stupidity and just be like, oh well, I don't like her, so I don't care what happened to her. That don't have nothing to do with me. Well, we can feel the same way about your fake feelings that you. Well, let me not say fake feelings. Let me take that back. I apologize. Your feelings, the way that you felt, or the way that you, yeah, the way that you felt about what Chris did to you, or whatever, like that.
mm-hmm,
She don't like you, but
mm-hmm.
yet and still, she's still like, okay, well, whatever. Let your feelings be validated. I haven't really heard Wendy say anything like
She ain't said nothing, nay,
too
yay or
much
nay,
about that.
because it ain't
Yeah,
none of
like
her
I'm now that I'm
business.
thinking
Like,
about
she
it, I'm
probably,
like,
that ain't between us. I mean, I'm pretty sure she probably has given her thoughts on it, but
but I'm saying on
she ain't
here, like
vocal.
she hasn't
She
really,
hasn't been
yeah,
vocal
he ain't
about it.
really, she ain't, I said on here, like she,
We know what you
hey,
mean.
Wendy girl.
Hey girl. Hey girl. But you know what? And but not even that. Outside the AKA thing, and I mean, this don't mean that she know the Lord, but I feel like at one point, ma'am, you was a first lady. So it's like,
True.
how? Like what?
Shoot,
Who
like at
whose
least,
spirit was you operating under? Because
well,
you
definitely
that
not the holy one
must say like
or
you
the
that
human one. Like
that's what I'm
literally not the
saying.
human.
You're that far removed from common or just human decency to just be
Mm-hmm.
like, what? I might not like this girl for whatever reason you don't like her. That's fine. Everybody don't get along. Everybody don't like each
Mm-hmm.
other. That's the way life is. You're not gonna vibe with everybody you meet. However, we are in a sister circle. And one of us have violated the other one. And no matter if I don't like you, because even in that moment, even though I didn't agree with how Robin was coming at, Wendy, at the core of it, when she was telling her you don't want to fight on TV, her and Wendy wasn't getting along at that time, whatever.
Mm-mm.
But she still was telling her, like, even though, like I said, it might not have been the right way, but the core of the message was you don't want to fight on TV. You got a lot to lose. I think she was telling her, like, you got stuff to lose. You don't want to fight on TV, whatever. Even though she wasn't getting along with her at that moment, Robin was
Mm-hmm.
still had some human decency to be like, girl, you don't want
Mm-hmm.
to do this, whatever. Like, sit your butt down. Like,
She
don't
ain't
just
worth
sit
it.
down, be quiet,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And she could have egged it on and been like, okay, y'all go ahead and fight. But the reality is,
Mm-hmm.
she knew that Wendy ain't want to do. Not that she didn't want to do it. Wendy probably did want to fight, but she knew it wouldn't be worth it to Wendy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. You got a lot to lose. So it's just, I don't know. That irritated me. And then when Giselle said that though, like, I don't like her. I don't care what happens to her. I really think that hurt Wendy's feelings. And I don't think it was just like, because she did kind of come to tears a little bit, but I don't think it
Mm-hmm.
was Giselle. I think it was just like realizing, like, this sisterhood that I joined, thinking that this was going to be, like this show is probably going to be empowering and whatever. Like, these women really don't like me. Whatever. Mia
Mm-hmm.
fighting me, you sticking, I'm going to stick beside her and let her talk crazy about me or whatever. Her and Robin probably, on the best of terms. So it's just like, dang, like, I ain't did nothing but try to be cool with y'all. Like, I really don't think Wendy
Mm-hmm.
did anything to them. Like, why don't
Mm-mm.
nobody
Not
like Wendy?
personally.
So I'm like, why don't nobody like her? What did she do
Cause
that
she look at her
she
like, I
happy?
mean, when
She
you,
happy. She's in a good
yeah,
marriage.
she's in a good
She
marriage.
got
She doesn't
successful
only
career.
have this job, like she has jobs, she
Mm-hmm.
has degrees. Like, I mean, I know she did get
The
on my
first
nerves
season,
when she kept on telling us about her
her
degrees.
four
We get it,
degrees.
but now I see it. Like, she has to hold her ground like that because females like these in this area or that season or whatever, they just not happy. Like, they can't see somebody succeed and be happy for them. Or not even, you
Mm-hmm.
ain't even got to be happy for me. Just acknowledge that, like, all right, dang, like, you really doing the thug thizzle. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what you doing, but it is what it is. But to be hating like that, that's just so sad. Like,
It
you
is.
bitter
And it's like,
over
dang, like,
something that
I don't know. It
the
just kind of,
Lord gave it to me.
girl, if you got a problem, don't get mad at me. Take that up with
Take that
God.
up with God.
Take that up with God. Okay. I can't help it that I'm his favorite. Um, Like, favorite is not fair. That's not my problem. Like, I don't listen, ma'am. You used to be a first
Oh
lady.
my
Get you some. You
God.
know how to. You know who to seek. You know how to go about it. Okay, listen. I don't know
Mm-mm.
what the problem is.
Maybe she don't.
Well, clearly, I mean, I don't know. I ain't gonna say clearly. She's missing the mark. Um, Andy brings up
Continuously.
how the show has been accused of colorism. Then they have a section on colorism. Andy did not moderate this section because he felt as a white man he should not be a part of it. He did mention that they what's the word, entertained the idea of having a moderator. I personally believe they should have had a moderator. Just because I felt like, with me being a brown girl and then them being light skinned girls, or if I was brown and you was light skinned, whatever, it's like we can't really talk about it amongst each other or amongst ourselves because I'm only going to see my perspective. You're only going to see your
Mm-hmm.
perspective. Like, I can tell you how I feel all day long, but if you don't like me, or if you don't think that colorism is a thing, or if you don't think that we're affected by it, nothing I say is going to change anything, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So either way it go, they decide they don't need a moderator. They're going to talk about it amongst themselves. I said what stood out to me is that Giselle was confused. But then, Candace read the definition of what colorism is. Do we all agree this is the same, or just that this is correct? They all say yeah. Candace kind of let it be known how she felt as a brown girl, what things, how things can be perceived, what they look like. Giselle acting like she confused and she don't know what she's talking about. But then Mama Karen explained it, whatever, to get everybody to understand what Candace was communicating. Now all of a sudden they understood it. I'm like, she ain't say nothing that Candace ain't said. Candace said the same thing. She just might have said it with bigger words. I think Karen said it with bigger words, but I'm like, but it's the same thing. Like, I don't understand, because Giselle was like, I don't. She irritating. Oh, she just irritating. I will say one thing I liked is Ashley did say
Mm-hmm.
that she acknowledged that she do, that light skin privilege that she has. Whatever. And that really was it, y'all. They spent
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds on it. Went about their business and got right.
Yeah, it was real quick. I was like, oh, okay, y'all just, this was not an in depth. I thought it was gonna be like in depth of, like,
I thought they should have did
different
one full.
scenarios of what they did, like examples of, like, clearly in, I could, I honestly could see it in the situation with Mia and Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that if Wendy would have been the one that threw the drink on Mia,
That
there's no
Wendy wouldn't have been
way.
the bad one.
Exactly. They would have been pulled in. They would have had, like, everything would have just been going left. I
Mm-hmm.
told you I watch all the Housewives, and I see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad that it has to come like that, because it's just like, dude, like, we
We grown.
we already got the other cultures against us, and then our own culture is doing this to us too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I will say Candace did bring up examples of like her behavior compared to Robin, you know, how she's looked at, you know, when she throw
True.
her tantrums, like, you know, she have her moments,
Mm-hmm.
they want to label her as emotional or, you know, as whatever, and she gets all the negative. But when Robin does it, whatever. So Robin was like, well, I mean, no, they do call me like a mean girl and a bully and whatever else. But I'm just like, eh, but you still, I don't think it's ever been where they trying to, like, I don't know, I ain't gonna say petition to get her off the show. I don't know. I do, maybe as a brown girl, you know, whatever, I already have my biases, you know, anyway, because you
Mm-hmm.
just kind of be like, but I do agree, like, if stuff were to happen, if the stuff would happen, like you said, with Mia and Wendy, the way, if it was opposite, Wendy would have been, because y'all already was, even without her being the victim, with her being the victim,
Right.
y'all
Y'all
still
was still at her
ostracized
head.
her. Y'all didn't
Mm-hmm.
even. Mia wanted her to leave. Y'all made her leave, and y'all was like, "Why she still here?" When she was trying to come to stuff. Like, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
She ain't do nothing
Mm-hmm.
but get a
That's
drink
so
thrown
true.
on her, and y'all's
Yeah.
treating her like she done
Right.
did
Because
something
she
wrong.
got invited. Obviously, she got invited.
Hey, if you didn't want me here, you shouldn't have invited
It's not
me.
like she was stalking y'all.
It was
But yeah,
just, I
that's
just really
true.
felt like they definitely should have had a moderator and should have at least been
Mm-hmm.
like, if not a whole reunion, because I mean, I don't tweet and stuff like that, but this has been stuff that they have been tweeting about for years, apparently, like the viewers of the show.
Mm.
So if they feel like this is what's going on, it definitely should have had a bigger platform, more time, and should took it more seriously. Because even at the end of that scene, when he was
Girl.
like, we about to, you know, they done with the talk, and Giselle was like, okay, we can go back messy again, basically, or whatever. And it was just like,
Mm-hmm.
so you ain't even taking this seriously.
So you
Like,
missed the point.
she got to go too. Look, she. Next up, Jacqueline joins. She says her first time seeing Mia since filming had wrapped. Jacqueline says she felt like Mia wanted to drag her to make herself feel better. Mia disagreed. Jacqueline said, my sister was my nanny, and then I suggested she nanny for you to give you the support that you didn't have. So she like, girl, you know, I've been trying to look out for you. I've been, even with my sister, like, she wasn't thinking about nannying for you. I recommended her to be your nanny. And then you try to make it seem
Mm-hmm.
like I'm taking your nanny, like my nanny, like, oh, but her children can't come over here. Girl, you wouldn't even have that. You wouldn't even have her as a nanny if I didn't give her to you. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Jacqueline said her family is disgusted with Mia. Mia said, I believe we have said worse to each other. She said, if you guys haven't noticed, I can wake up the next day and forget about everything that happened. Girl, you
Girl,
are
I
a
said the next
psycho.
hour
She's
you
psycho.
don't be remembering nothing. It be in the same conversation. You seen how they was talking about Karen and you thought she was a prostitute.
So I'm
The
saying,
girl is
like,
crazy.
she's just like Jacqueline said. She said that's because you are unhinged. I'm like, girl, yeah, something in there is not screwed together. There are definitely some screws unhinged up in there. They is
A lot
loose.
of them.
Like, girl. She said you are unhinged and brings up a text that Mia sent to all the girls telling them that Jacqueline is getting food stamps, got fired, and she's receiving unemployment, living with her mama because her house is in foreclosure. I paused it and I read that message. Okay. I was like, dude,
Oh,
who?
you did pause it? Because I
Yes.
was just like, oh,
But I was like, who? She said, you sent them that text. Now look at you. Your business is in shambles. And starts to say that she knows all about Mia's business and got receipts. They both then proceed to bring out receipt and folders and boxes that they got on each other. And then I was like, what is going on? She like, I got the receipts.
girl,
And Mia like, I got whatever too. So y'all just came with this stuff. Like,
girl.
I don't
I was
understand.
watching this with my middle baby girl. I said, well, if you got friends like this, who needs enemies?
Girl, I don't I have fallen out with people. I have not been friends with people afterwards. I ain't gonna tell the business I knew about them. Like, girl, now
Like,
you know she ain't got no money. Five baby daddies. Them ain't his. Them is not his kids. Them is not. Like, don't.
cause
Nobody
then
does
it's
that.
just like, oh, I feel like when that type of stuff happens, I do feel like you were waiting for us to break up. Like, I mean, like whatever the relationship was, you was waiting for it to go into shambles. And
Or
you were keeping records of everything that I'm entrusting you that I'm talking to a friend,
mm-hmm.
but yet I'm just talking to another random person on
Hater.
the street that don't care.
Or I really feel like Mia don't know how to be a friend, or like she's been friends with Jacqueline for so long, and Jacqueline has probably let her get away with so much stuff that she
Of course.
don't
Cause
understand that like.
who else is her friend? Like she kept talking about Jacqueline was her friend. We ain't
Hmm.
heard about no other friends.
I don't know. It's just like, oh well, I.
Nobody taught her how to be a friend. No one taught her how to be a wife.
But but even then, I feel like if you ain't teach me how to be, I don't need nobody to teach me how to be a friend to know that this person been ride or die with me. Like, so that's the last person I'm gonna say anything about. Whatever. Apparently, she put out an apology to Jacqueline too recently.
She just apologizing like,
She don't
well,
know.
shoot. I guess when you get humbled,
Listen.
you just start apologizing everywhere. You ain't got nothing to lose. You done lost everything.
Well, I might as well say I'm sorry. I'm almost like,
Right, like she just started sorry for everything, huh?
girl.
That's crazy. I really do hope that they work it out, though. I mean, it's been a
I
lot that
don't.
done went down,
I
but
don't want Jacqueline to. I want her to forgive. I want her to forgive, but I don't
uh,
want her to go back to that friendship. I don't want you to do that.
she doesn't have to go back to the friendship, but like at least be cordial because I feel like they have a lot. Not that just because you have a lot of history,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't mean that just because you have a lot of history that you do need to go play in that book or whatever again because I mean if somebody shows you who they really are, believe them.
Mm-hmm.
But just the way that they it wasn't tasteful.
I mean, it
And
wasn't.
I
We can come
just
together and apologize, but we can go our separate ways. I mean, there's people that I didn't fell out with, and we was close friends, and I still got love for them to this day. But I'm good. Stay over there. I ain't got no. I wish you well. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to you. I don't want nothing like that to happen. But we
well, y'all
ain't.
just see y'all better not fall out with Angie
We.
because
No, I'm saying we ain't. I can be cordial, and I have seen people. I've seen them like, hey, say hi to him when I see him. How's everything going? We still friends on Facebook. I see what's going on in your life, all that stuff. Like, but we ain't got to be what we used to be. That's gone, dead and gone. It's dead. It's gone. It's bomb. It's in the past. Okay. Like,
yes,
they
ma'am.
just reminded me of Lion King when Rafiki hit him in the head. He said, "Why'd you hit me? Why does it matter? It's in the past. It's in the past. Don't matter, okay?" Channeling my
Oh,
African. Y'all see,
all
I got my
right.
African dashiki
Dang.
dress on. Listen,
Right.
it
She
doesn't
definitely
matter.
is
It's
in
in the
everything.
past. It don't matter. It's in the past. Well, while we was friends, that's gone. Do I still want the
I
best
just
for
wanted
you?
them to just, because they just,
They got the
like, I
memories. They got
mean,
the pictures. They got the. Listen, we had a good time. That was my sister back in the day when we was young. We're not kids anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was
that's
a
what
kid
it's
again.
just so sad. Like, this
It is
show really
sad.
jacked y'all up, though. Like, it's just like,
And if they do go
this
back,
show,
nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with her if she do go back to her friendship. But Jacqueline, you're gonna
she
have to
better
put
have
your
some
foot
boundaries.
down. Exactly.
She better have some
She needs to
boundaries.
be making up. All right. Anywho, that ended part two. Part three picks up they
Whew.
getting their boxes. Whatever. Jacqueline said Mia was never the CEO of her company of their company, and that Gordon was.
Go figure
Jacqueline,
that.
you said what?
Go figure that.
Exactly. Jacqueline produced a text receipt that Mia was not with her mama on Mother's Day. She said, "You go right here,
She
right
said, she said, I mean, I was on FaceTime. I mean, it's the
here,
same
girl."
thing.
That's like,
Girl, no, because you tried to act like you and her mama like went to dinner, like you had
and
spent the
you
whole
really was
day with
like,
her.
"Oh,
That's your real
oh,
mama. Like you tried to throw her under the bus. Like, how you know Jacqueline didn't already send her mama some stuff and all that other good garbage?
mama, girl, she don't
And you
know,
talking about son. Yeah, but I was with her. Yeah, I wasn't around when you called.
girl, you was not there." Be like, "Ma'am, you just was not present. Don't
Dude just be lying for no reason though. Like I was just like, you bogus, you petty.
no reason at all." Like you said, they talk about some. She was on FaceTime with her for about an hour. Mia, you was not with her. Like, don't. Jacqueline
Oh,
said, while you questioning me about married men, you need to focus on your man. You need to focus on your man because he never knows your whereabouts. when you was out of
Mm,
town, he calling me trying to find out where you at because he think you out here cheating.
mm.
Me get the stuttering. Talking about some. So I was at the time I had went out to lunch with my ex-boyfriend's mother, and that's what G was upset about. So you out of town. You supposed to be there for a wedding or whatever she said. She was in Atlanta. I think it was Atlanta. She was in
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta for something. You go MIA. Your husband can't find you. You didn't already told him. It sounded like from what she was trying to say, she had already told him that she was gonna meet up with his mother and have lunch with her. Sound like he didn't approve of it. So she went and did it anyway. And that's what he was mad about. But I ain't gonna say why you meeting up with this. I mean, she could have a relationship with that man's mama. It could be.
I've seen it. I mean, I have
Yeah, I'm saying
seen
I
that
could see
before.
that, but it's like I don't know. I don't know. Jacqueline
But
said
I
my
mean,
point is,
does it depend? I mean, like, does it like is it worth
is it
not
that
depend, but like, does
serious?
it worth it for you to like have that type of argument with your husband over an ex boyfriend's? Like, I'm pretty sure she would. Well, maybe she wouldn't understand. I don't know, but you know to what you need to understand. You coming back home to G, so like, girl,
Exactly. I mean, or if like you not, so that does that mean she wasn't answering her phone? So that's the thing. It probably wasn't even that you went to dinner
yeah,
with
she
her. It's
wasn't
probably that you
answering.
MIA. So you telling me you supposed to be at lunch with this lady, but yet when I'm calling you, not answering the phone. If you
And
with
Life 360 telling me something different.
girl, if you with Mama Sue, I should be able to pull up, call the phone. Hey, how you doing? I'm with Mama Sue at lunch. Oh, hey, Gordon. You know, she can say hi. I that corroborates your story. But the fact that you
Mm.
not answering your phone and you with Mama
And you
Sue
didn't
at
answer
lunch,
to the next day.
girl, no, you out there sleeping. You
She went to Atlantic
nothing
City after
but
that.
a liar, a cheater, a deceiver,
Girl, that used to
heartbreaker.
be my daddy's song.
That's
We
your
had went
daddy.
to Impact. Yes. But he don't know, I mean, he didn't know that it was, you know how church people be. They changed it into a gospel song. So we had went to some conference. I think it was Impact conference, and they had came back and he was like singing. He was like one of my favorite songs they did for praise and worship, and he was singing that. I was just like, Daddy, that's. But I mean, it's all true
He's
because he was talking about
nothing
Satan.
but a liar, a cheater, a deceiver, heartbreaker, and I won't let you back in my life. So I'm taking my faith, my like I'm leaving it
I mean,
like
he kept it the same. My house, my kids, my car.
in
I
a
want it
dog.
all.
I want it all. Like, mm-mm.
I was like, Daddy was not playing. But I'm sorry, y'all. Sidebar.
But that's what Gordon said you was. He said she's nothing but a heartbreaker, a liar, a cheater. She out here doing what she doing, whatever, and that he don't trust her. Jacqueline said my point is that her own husband don't believe her lies and that he doesn't trust her. I said, well,
Dang,
this
mic drop.
you know how do you ever see that clip where Kevin Hart be with oh my goodness, what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Don Cheadle. And he'd be like, I'm 54 or I'm 52. And he was like, dang. That's it. And he just looked at, and he was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it was like, you know, I'm 52. Dang. Like, it's just like, it was like, girl, that's what it sounded like when you was like, well, mic drop. Like, well, I mean. So then Andy looked to me and asked, you know, okay, anything from you? In your bedazzle box? Like, what you got?
And she brought nothing out there but that's or did she? I can't remember.
No,
I'm sorry.
she
Go ahead.
said,
Oh, okay.
she didn't get nothing. You're right. She said, yeah, it's a lot of papers in here. And he was like, I know, I see. And she was like, but we're not going to go there.
Because she ain't had nothing deeper than that.
I was like, so she just put a box together and put some printer paper in there? Like, you just put some. Because who brings a box full of receipts?
A pretty box. It was a pretty box.
Who brings a box full of receipts and don't share nan one receipt?
Now, Jacqueline had hers.
Jacqueline said, listen, let me show you my text
she
messages.
Said, this is all I'm here for.
Girl, got dialed up just for this. But I'm like, who does that? Like, Girl,
Oh.
do you claim you got receipts in
Mm.
this box? Don't bring the receipts out. You claim you saw
Mm-mm.
Wendy on the cameras because you saw the cameras. Where the cameras at? I mean, if I felt like I'm come here and be like, I saw Jasmine doing whatever, I saw the tape. Guess what I'm going to have? The tape. You not about to have no questions. If I ain't got the tape, I'm gonna have recorded the tape. It's gonna be I recorded it, y'all. Look, because they said I couldn't have the tape, but I recorded it on my phone. Like, no, it doesn't make sense. Whatever. So she ain't bring no receipts. Jacqueline said to set the record straight, she and G never slept together. Well, actually, Andy asked her if her and G ever slept together. She said no, and that she never slept with G, and that she doesn't sleep with married men. Mia said the only reason she outed Jacqueline for sleeping with married men is because when they were in Mexico arguing, Jacqueline said Mia needed more penis, and she felt like Jacqueline was coming for Gordon because she knows that he is a prostate cancer survivor. So his ability to have sex may be lacking, and she was mad that she said that. She,
Baby, they got pills for that, and you know that they do.
but it was
Ain't
the
got
way
nothing to
she
do with no
even,
prostate
you
cancer.
just, because he's like, it was like she just put him out there. Like, Jacqueline never said any of that. You the one, you know, my husband can't perform, and you know he can't get it up, and you know that we haven't been having sex in 3 months. So for you to say, like, girl,
But that's the craziest thing because if I can recall, you was trying to come for Uncle
Ray,
Ray
talking about he can't
when you
climb
was
the
talking
stairs
about
as
something he
fast
can't
as
climb, but obviously you trying to blame
obviously
it on
Ray behind.
prostate
I mean,
cancer.
obviously Gordon behind
G
Ray.
right,
You talking
G
about
right
you
there.
talking about
They
Ray
in the
behind Gordon?
same group.
Nah, don't put Uncle Ray back there. Uncle Ray is a little bit. Listen, Uncle Ray about 2 steps ahead of
Cause he's
G.
still okay. Cause he still get it.
Listen.
Might be 2 pushes, but hey.
Oh, that was good, Karen. Go on about your business now, girl. Like,
Going with Tiffany.
y'all gonna get out of here. But I was like, that it was just, girl, you the one who be putting your business out here. Jacqueline
Mm-hmm.
didn't say nothing. All she
Nothing
said
at
was, "You
all.
need some more penis." She needs more penis. That was not a dig at G at all. Girl,
Mm-mm.
get it together. Next we find out the scene where Jacqueline said G helped her put a down payment on the Porsche was not true, and that she bought her car herself, and that she only said that because Mia wanted her to.
I'm like,
Why?
girl, why would you lie about that? That's a wasted sin. Like, ugh.
Mia denied it, but I'm like, I low key believe it. Like, I don't. I believe that. I believe that she probably did want Jacqueline to say that because she wanted to make it seem like they got so much money and they so well off and whatever else. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we helped you put the down payment on your car. I don't know. It didn't make sense. I could see either way. I could see Jacqueline lying about it, but I mean, if Jacqueline was lying, why you let her lie? I mean, you know what I mean? Like if you in the scene,
Yeah.
I would have been like, girl, what you talking about? Like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
no, don't air that. She lying. She lied. Now don't turn. Stop recording.
Oh my
I'm gonna start
gosh.
the scene over. What are you talking about? Like,
Girl.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. The segment then concludes with them agreeing to not mend their sisterhood or their friendship. So,
Hmm.
dear, be all right. Sharice comes out. Sharice and Wendy apparently aren't cool. I'm like, when did this miss it? When did this happen? What did I miss? Because
Wait,
when
when they wasn't cool?
that's what I'm saying. It was like Giselle. They were talking about her meet, like her being cool people. Like there was like Sharice, she met Mia. She didn't know Mia. I don't know what was said, but it was clearly evident that they were making it. They said like Sharice. They didn't say Sharice wasn't cool with Wendy, but I think it was something along the lines. We'll have to go back and watch it, but
Hmm.
just know Sharice ain't cool with Wendy like that. And I was like, when did that happen, and why
Hmm.
for?
I didn't know that.
Okay, well
Maybe
anyway,
because Wendy be riding for Karen and she don't like that.
but Candace be cool with Karen, and so do Ashley. So I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. They talk about Karen and Sharice beef. Karen said, "You may not understand why I feel like I do. I just ask that you respect how I feel. Whatever." Andy said, Andy let the audience and Karen know that Sharice did not ask to come back to the show, that Bravo reached out to her. Um, They then end up catching Karen up because she was talking about her not wanting to be around Sharice, but yet she been inviting Sharice to events. Like,
I was like, wait, huh?
they like, you invited
You
her to
want
your
her to be your
birthday?
friend?
You invited her to your
He
birthday?
was
You
like,
invited her
that
here?
was an intimate. That was an intimate dinner, and you still let her come. You invited her to
Exactly.
come.
So whatever. Karen got to stuttering. She got caught up. Mia and Karen get into a conversation about the rumor of Karen dating somebody. When Mia had pulled her aside, was talking about the person at the restaurant or the hotel or whoever said that
Mm-hmm.
Karen had did
Ooh,
whatever.
this hair.
Wendy pointed out that this group, that within the group, everybody gets mad when a rumor is about them, but they quick to tell a rumor about somebody that they heard. Like, so y'all always be like, Andy was like, that is true. That is true. It's like, Andy, now you know. Robin said, we don't get our rumors from the blogs, only from personal sources. I said lies because when Giselle had her rumor about Eddie, she said she got it from a blog. So for you to sit up here and say, we get our rumors from sources, from real people, we don't get them from the blogs, like, girl, you a lie. You a whole lie. That's where y'all get y'all rumors from. Don't. Ugh, ugh.
They
Speaking
just
of
be
Robin,
lying.
now we go to Robin. Um, Robin and Juan did a prenup, uh, 50-50. They have no infidelity clause. I said no surprise considering what we know now. I was like, and Robin made it seem like she didn't include it because she may cheat later on down the road and she could be setting herself up.
So why get married?
Girl, you didn't include it because the nigga just cheated on you before you got married. So you already know that this
And
is
you
going to
wanted to
be
prove
broken.
everybody wrong.
This
And you was just like, dang, nigga, I can't even get to the altar before you break your vows again.
like, so you know what? Because the infidelity clause is gonna basically say we ain't together, and I get all of this. I don't even want to go through that with you because we gonna be divorced. We gonna be broken up soon, and everybody gonna be right. I should never
Mm-hmm.
got married to you, whatever. And I'm not about to prove nobody right. So in order to save our marriage, save ourselves, we ain't gonna put this clause in there because I might cheat. Girl, that can make sense. You ain't.
Like, cheat on what?
Because when you probably could have been with somebody, I mean, maybe we don't know the whole story, but y'all was living together, not married, divorced with y'all 2 kids. He was out here doing whatever he was doing. Who was you with?
Nobody, baby.
One and oh one. That's who she was with. She was with Juan all day, every day. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, listen, I'm saying when I love hard, okay?
I do too.
So I'm not faulting you for that. However,
Exactly.
girl, like I don't know. Anywho,
Irritation.
Andy said, "Why did Juan get so upset with the rumor?" Karen said. Robin said because he doesn't like the drama on the show. Okay.
Girl, what if you knew that information? Why the heck you call him?
He don't like the drama. He don't like these women. But let me call him and tell him what they
Yeah,
said.
like, let me tell him so I could get snapped on and embarrass myself even more. Get cheated on, I get snapped
Girl.
on. I just everything just
And
happens
then
to
the
me.
crazy thing is, though, you calling him, you are already, this situation has already passed. So this is already something that y'all have dealt with. Not the situation Karen talking about somebody totally different, but y'all have already had a infidelity scare. So why would I even call you on camera and talk about another infidelity that somebody's saying that you had, whatever? You trying to make it seem like it's a joke, hee hee ha ha. But she probably really was trying to inquire and thought that he was
She
gonna tell her the
probably
truth.
was.
Like, let me just call him and tell him, like, and see how he was gonna react. Just being a dummy, he not gonna react well. I could have
But
told you
it's
that.
like, now what if he would have said,
Oh,
I'm gonna have
Sharon.
to call you back.
You talking about
I
Sharon?
can't call
Girl, you
you.
know about Sharon.
You recording right now? Let me call you later. Like, he really should have played it like that. Like,
But it
let
ain't
me
even
call
that
you
because
later.
Karen said, Robin know what I know. So it's like so you know about the woman. So you trying to play dumb like you don't know who she is. I don't know. Anyway, they bring up the family fun day and how low budget it was. Andy asked Robin why she thought Wendy would send her kids with Candace.
Mm.
He said if Wendy was having a family fun day and she didn't invite you, but then turned around and said your kids can come, if you let Candace pick them up, would you let them go? She said
And she
yes.
lied.
She was like, yeah, I would because I'm not capable of it. I didn't get this. She said, I'm not capable of arguing with someone and then the next week turn around and say, hey girl, what you doing? Or was she saying she is capable or she's not?
I think she was just trying to throw shade on Wendy because like that following week or whatever, Wendy was like basically trying to apologize or be her friend or whatever like that. So she was basically saying like,
She
I don't
don't.
know, it's weird. Like
But I'm
if
saying,
I
but
don't
then that
like
don't
you,
make
then I just
sense.
don't like you. But my kids can come. But I'm like,
Yes.
why would you send your kids with somebody that you work with? You don't know Candace. Just like Wendy said, like Candace don't be around my kids. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm not sending my kids with you to a fun. No, then you calling me talking about, oh, we gotta go to the emergency room because your daughter done ran into the no.
But not
Mm-mm.
even that. I feel like even with Robin, low key, I feel like Robin might have been telling the truth, but that's because Robin's kids are big kids. Whatever. Wendy got little
I
kids.
don't care if they
But
big,
but
yeah,
no, but I'm
big,
saying I
old,
could see
young.
Robin
Mm-mm.
saying like, okay, because her kids are big enough to be like, either they had a
Robin
good time.
lying.
I mean, I'm
No,
pretty sure she
I
is
don't
lying
care.
too, but
I don't care if they big or not. You're not sending nobody with your coworkers. You gonna
and
send Khalil
especially
with your
a coworker that you don't like. Like,
right. Well, I mean, she liked Candace, but I'm saying you're
no, I
gonna
know, but I'm
send
sending my kid to the event of a coworker I don't like.
right, right.
We
So
already
then
know I'm not sending my
it's
kids
just
nowhere.
weird.
You already know I'm not sending my kids. Absolutely not.
Sure.
Listen,
Shoot, it's some family members that I'd be like, no.
he's busy. He has plans. Like,
Let alone
girl,
a friend, a coworker. Mm-mm.
whatever. Andy asked about Juan and his legal troubles. I feel like she should have just said no comment, in my opinion. Like, because they got nothing to do with her. Whatever. Like, it's all she. I just be like, no comment. He's still dealing with it. It's not outside.
Yeah,
It's
she
above
could
me
have.
now. Like, I mean, it was never below me. It was never around me. Like, it's not my issue to talk about. Like, whatever.
It's because the her responses kind of sounded like she didn't believe whoever the victim was.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like she should have just said no comment because she was like, or she didn't. To me, it was just very much she was trying to make Juan look innocent, whatever. Which Juan
Mm-hmm.
may be very much innocent because she was like, well,
He
Juan
might
didn't do
be.
anything. But so that's even more of a reason for you to just say no comment because then Andy had said like, well, something about the victim. Like, so are you saying what? And she was like, no, I'm not. Girl, just say no comment. Where's your lawyer? Who? No comment.
Oh.
Then they go to a break. They show the men in between scenes getting ready to come out. Um, I want to say I think it was after it might have been earlier in the scenes when they had went backstage. I think it was like episode 2 because it was after Wendy had made the comment about the husbands not being able to talk to women and stuff now, whatever. And then G had
Mm-hmm.
seen was it Candace? I think he had seen Candace. He was like, "Hey, Candace," and he was like, "Well, I ain't gonna touch you, whatever." And she was like, "Yeah, you
Go
don't
give you
want to
no
do,
hug.
yeah, you don't want to do that." But then Wendy came in and hugged Chris, and Chris hugged Wendy, and I was like, "See, now they know how to be cordial. Like, listen, Candy. I keep wanting to call her Candy. Candace and Chris is married. Wendy and Eddie married. And they not. They just don't deal with the foolishness. They like, oh, what up? He know Wendy ain't about to make up no stories about him. And the baby gave her a hug and went about his day. So I like the
Mm-mm.
camaraderie that they had in terms of like we still dapping up, hugging, doing whatever. You may
Mm-hmm.
be a chick, but or a woman, but I know you a real one. Anyway, in between scenes, they getting ready to come out. Chris said he plans to just have a conversation, but if someone says something stupid, he don't know what's gonna happen, and he got smoke for anybody that want it. I said, you
Got
better come
smoke for
on, Chris.
everybody. Whoever wanted. What you want? You want something too? You want something?
My baby said, I'm just gonna go out and have a conversation. But I mean, listen, if they want to go there, you know what I'm saying, we can go there. So of course we get out and Juan is not present. Robin said that Juan is not here because he's at work. But I'm like, girl, y'all are newlyweds. This is a Real Housewives of Potomac, you a whole wife. You are finally a wife again. In your first season, your husband can't come to the show. Like he couldn't request off for one day. Like I don't,
Girl,
I don't,
they
I don't. We just
he
got
didn't want to. He,
married.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like she said, he don't like this drama and stuff. He don't like these people.
I mean, I can see that being true, but show. I mean, I guess he probably
Show
just
up for
didn't.
me. Like I like if
Yes,
anything, I want you to show up for me. Like forget these girls,
ain't
forget
about
these
nobody
ladies
else but
that you
me and
don't
you.
like or whatever. I want you to have my back. I want you to come to this basically like your little, you know how y'all be having the corporate parties or whatever like that. This is my party. I want you to be my plus one. I want you to have my
Mm-hmm.
back. You leaving me hanging and we literally just now getting married. Yeah, you probably don't want to hear the but he's been on a reunion before
Yes,
though, right?
and we wasn't
So he
married.
knows what
That's the thing.
yeah,
We
so he
wasn't even
knows what's go
husband.
down. Yeah, yeah. We know you know how things go down. You know they're gonna ask some bogus questions. Either you can say,
No
like you said
comment.
earlier, no comment, or you can answer it. But
I'm just here so I don't
be
get
there for
fined.
me. Right. Like you literally could have
They're
said
like,
that.
we're not
And
paying you, sir.
Andy would have
She
been
paying
like,
me. She's paying me in booty coupons. Cashing in all my booty
right.
coupons tonight. Okay, what y'all not about to do?
You ain't finna mess this up. Chris, you cannot come to the room.
Karen, you can't come either. Okay.
All right.
I'm just here so I
Karen talking
don't
about
get
some
fined. I ain't trying to lose
just
no privileges. Okay. Listen, but he
but
don't care about them
clearly
privileges. You know why?
because he
Because he got
got
the
all
girl
the
at the
other
hotel.
privileges. He
He
got
got the
from
girl.
Canada.
He got
He
the
got
girl.
it from
Yeah.
Georgetown. He listen. He ain't no basketball coach for nothing.
Listen, that baby ain't
He
missing
got
out on
he got a
no.
team.
I'm sorry, Juan.
He
Juan,
got a team.
I like you, Juan. I'm sorry.
I
It's
know,
just
Juan. My bad. It was just there.
it's just so easy. It's just right there. Like it's just
It just happened.
you think I wanted this. If y'all know what that's from, y'all too
Y'all,
young
we
to be watching
sleepy.
this. We are tired. We gotta go.
We
Um
sleepy.
Robin
We're gonna
said,
have to break these up. Are we gonna break these up in
no,
parts?
this is
Oh
coming
my
out.
god.
This is what happened. You the one that wanted to do 3 different episodes at one time. We're gonna do listen, we almost at the end. Robin said one not there because he at work. Eddie said the rumors about him don't get to him because as long as they don't affect his family, he good. You know, he said he pretty
Mm-hmm.
easygoing. He just let things slide
Mm-hmm.
off his back. And I said, I like that about you, Eddie. I like that. He like, listen, we
Mm-hmm.
laugh at it. Hee hee, ha ha.
Right. Shoot, you gotta have tough skin. Like you can tell that Eddie got tough skin. Just the fact of your own flesh and blood has not seen your kids or whatever. Like, come
Mm-hmm.
on now. Like,
So I don't care what
you
y'all
gotta be
say.
strong to do it. Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm dealing with some real stuff. Like y'all, this fake stuff, this fake news over here. This fake news.
Exactly. Like, mm-mm. Then we talked briefly to Gordon about Mia's health and him not about Mia's health and how he, you know, what he went through with that. He had a couple tears
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. Then they talk about him sleeping or not sleeping with her friends. He said he hasn't slept with her friends. Mia said that there has just been foreplay. And G said, yeah, no penetration. I mean, knowing what you're going through now, I understand why you ain't penetrating nobody. Mia didn't told. Mia didn't told all your business. I
Because I
mean,
thought the whole purpose of foreplay was to start the penetration. Is it not? I'm confused.
it is, but he got some issues, so it probably don't work the way it's supposed to.
So then, why are we doing foreplay with
For
my
the girls,
friends?
I mean, I guess they probably do. She probably get it in. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh gosh, I don't need to know. Listen, I don't need to know.
I don't need
It's
to
okay.
understand
Keep going.
exactly. I'm not
Keep
there.
going.
I don't let my people. I don't let nobody touch my husband. You can try if you want to. Okay.
Okay. Get
We're gonna
done
have a
with
problem.
it.
That's not an invitation. That's
Okay.
not an invitation to come try it. Okay. That's it.
Because where we from?
We're from Milwaukee. Okay, and we shovel snow. You can take that how you want to take it. Take it what you think it believe or what you think that's supposed
Okay.
to say.
Shoot.
But I'm just saying.
Snow, hose, we shovel it all.
What Wendy said, I don't know what you and your husband do. But me and my husband, we don't play them games. we don't play like that. Okay, we don't play like that. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand it. That's what she said. I just read the words. That's no penetration. That's what he said. Foreplay. They got foreplay and no penetration. Andy then gives the floor to Chris since we know he had a hard season. with the Giselle accusations. Chris said, okay, let's say I did say, you know, let's go to your room and talk. Let's say I
Mm-hmm.
said it. You still said yes because you thought your team was there. He said, you are a grown woman. What we have said all season, especially Jasmine, once you walked into your room and you seen that your team wasn't there, you could have said, no one is here. We can talk later, or let's just talk out here. Whatever. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, let's just talk in the hallway. Like he said, number two, you told Karen, I need to apologize for what I did. What did I do? So then Giselle then tries to bring up the conversation or bring the conversation back to who invited who to the room. He said, look, we can agree, disagree on that. Okay. You feel how you feel. I don't want to discount your feelings. But my question is, what did I do? Like, girl, what you not about to do is distract. Like, we didn't already talk about this. I didn't already told you for your sake. Let's say I did do it. Let's say I said it. Okay, I said it.
Right. I gave you the scenario of in your brain. I gave you the
I told you
scenario.
already. Okay,
Now
I
let's
did it.
go.
But
Let's wrap it up.
either way, even if I did it, which is what I would have, it probably would have went back to him. I mean, I guess he just want to get to the bottom of it. But I still would have been like, did I not just say, okay, I did it? At what point are you accountable for what you did in terms of coming to the room with me? If I invited you to your room,
I
you
can't
came
get there
with me.
without you.
You came with me, and at no point did you say, I don't want to be here with you. Like, girl. Anywho, so Giselle said, I'm getting there. When he was like, what did I do? I'm getting there. Girl, get there. Well, Chris said, well, hurry up. I waited 10 months getting questions about this. I'm losing clients, money.
When
I got
you
to answer
start
questions to my family, my kids. F it,
I was
spit it out. I was like,
like,
oh.
I was like, oh, he big mad.
Now, baby, listen, he now
He
going
ain't
back to
playing
his
with
original
y'all.
message when he was backstage, he said if someone says something stupid, he got the smoke.
And she said something stupid.
I'm
And
getting
she
there,
got
girl.
the smoke.
Girl, what you mean you getting there? I need you to say what you said that you was gonna say.
Right, just say it already.
Giselle said, "You're not gonna be cussing at me. You can't just. You're not just gonna be cussing at me, and we think we still gonna talk. Whatever."
Girl, just go.
Giselle then said once they were in the room talking, she felt that night he had had a lot to drink, and then she immediately felt uncomfortable. Chris said that was fair, which to me means that maybe he knew he had a few drinks that day as well. Whatever. So, okay, that's probably right. I probably did have a few drinks. She then goes on to say, that's what you did. You put us in that situation. Andy point. Everybody looking confusing because when she said, or everybody looked confused because when she's like, "That's what you did," Chris was like, he was waiting for like, what? What did
Like,
I?
what else? What did I do? Like, I drunk too much and made you
You
feel
put us in that
uncomfortable?
situation. So Andy like, it sounds like that's how he made you feel, not what he did. Like, so make it make sense.
What did he do?
Like, so I think he said you should be asking him you should be asking for him to apologize for how he made you feel. Then they go on some more. She stands by how the situation made her feel and why she felt like Candace should know about it. Chris said, well, if you thought she should know, why did it take you 5 months to tell her? And why did you do it with a camera in your face? Whatever.
Mm.
And I was like, that part. Because, I mean, that's my friend. And I felt like her husband did something to make me uncomfortable. And I felt like she should know. I'm going to tell you the same day or the same night or the next day.
Literally, like we're leaving this room, and I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm just let you know. I'm gonna let Candace know just so so we can keep everything, all smooth booty and everything like that. Don't need no rumors, no nothing. I'm gonna just tell her right now.
That we had a private conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Giselle said, no, no, no. I explained this. I did it because of the DMs Ashley got. Ashley then goes on to say, well, as soon as she said it, he was like, the story? I replied to her story? Like, that's not, y'all keep talking about DMs. Like, and this is exactly his issue is the way that you guys are phrasing it and saying it. Y'all making it seem like He was really
I'm
on some
sliding
sneaky
in the
stuff.
DMs at
Yes.
2:42 in the morning. Like, no, I'm not thinking about you.
Ashley then goes on to say the optics of the DM looked bad without the context. She didn't know at the time that he worked at the W, so that's why she felt the need to tell Candace. I'm like, but when she told Candace, Robin had already told her that he worked there. So,
Mm-hmm.
and when Robin told you, you saw the click in her head, like, oh, he worked there, whatever. So at that point, you knew that there was no bad intention.
Connection.
Yet and
Right. There's no
still,
connection.
you still went and told Candace as if she was supposed to get her panties in a bunch and get mad when you understood what was going on. The man worked there. He wanted you to come to the hotel to give his hotel some publicity. Publicity. I can't talk. Y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to go to bed. Chris said, okay, well, Giselle, every year outside of this year, you didn't talk about my penis. And
Mm.
I wouldn't expect you to apologize to me about that and how it made me feel when I ain't never told you how it made me feel. Whatever. He was like, so, okay, I left the room and you felt uncomfortable. That's fair. But it's nothing that I did to you. Whatever. Like, so he's making the comparison. Like I told y'all earlier, this woman been talking about his
Mm-hmm. You
penis
did, girl.
every
You did.
season. His brown penis. He the
Mm-hmm.
white man with the brown penis, the brown penis, the brown penis.
Mm-mm.
That made him feel away, but he not gonna chastise Giselle for it because I've never told you, Giselle, I really want you to stop talking about my penis. Like, it's really making me feel uncomfortable, you know, whatever. And I'm telling y'all, that's why she making up this story because she trying to see what that brown penis be like, and he ain't let her see it, and he ain't. Cause I think she just whatever. Giselle asked, well, in their situation in the hotel room, who should we say did it then? Because he was like, it's nothing I did to you. She was like, well, then who did it? I wanted to just, Andy then breaks it down, telling Chris, what you did was make her feel away. The issue, Giselle, that Chris is having is that you're making it seem bigger by saying he did something when he didn't do anything. You just felt away, basically, whatever. And then
Mm-hmm.
Candace added along, like she was like, and then on top of that, you said he was a sneaky link, whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so then Giselle was like, okay, I'll apologize for that. And she apologized, saying that when she watched the scene, she knew it looked bad and that she shouldn't have said it.
Girl.
But you said
So
it.
then why did you proceed into the conversation talking about some you've had married men that been wanting you and
Exactly.
all that other stuff? Like you had a whole story that you were gonna stick with. You gonna stick behind it, but yet and still it still didn't make any sense.
Not at all.
So you claim in the same mouth that you have, you gonna say he did something to me or he made me feel uncomfortable, and he's a sneaky link or whatever like that. But then when somebody say, "Oh, that's inappropriate," no, it's not inappropriate. It just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. And no. He wasn't no sneaky link. I'm sorry. I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. That's not what I felt.
And he's not the married man that wanted to sleep with me.
Candace
Girl, make up your
then
mind.
Make Up Your Mind by Ashley Banks. Candace then goes off on Giselle and tells her that she is
Mm.
the reason women do not come forward with sexual assault allegations. And then we go into another conversation about colorism because Candace said that Giselle act like that because she is perceived as a white woman who can say stuff like that with no issues.
Oh my gosh. I was like, no.
You take your white
No.
privilege and
Don't.
you do. And I was just like,
She was
okay.
mad. Like, she was definitely mad. I definitely did not agree
Girl,
with the way that she
delivered
took
it.
it that far. Yeah, the
I was
delivery.
definitely on Team Wendy. Wendy was like, I'm Candace, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
But that was wrong. Like, because I mean, how
Mm-hmm.
first off, Candace was somewhat of the moderator for the colorism. And you the one talking about, so we need to be mindful of what we say to each other and how we say things. And then the same reunion, you gonna turn around and call lady a white woman
In that
and say
same mouth.
that
You
she
gonna
a white
call her
woman.
a white
Da-da.
the white woman. Joe Black. I was like, Joe B. I was like, oh.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And so Wendy tried to get
Nobody learned a
Candace.
lesson.
Not at all. Wendy tried to get Candace to backtrack her words. Candace said, she know what she said. She said,
I said what I said.
she said, I know that what I said could be inflammatory. But I have, she got a lot of anger towards Giselle, and she said what she said, and she not sorry. Whatever.
Mhm.
So,
And I knew she wasn't sorry. Which, in Loki, I I can respect her saying that she not sorry.
mm-hmm,
And she knows that her delivery was wrong. She is
mm-hmm,
gonna get a lot of clapback for saying that.
mm-hmm,
I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna read her.
mm-hmm,
Um, but I just was like, she just got to learn how to deliver
mm-hmm.
because she be coming with it, but she just needs to learn how to deliver it.
She needs to do better. She needs to do
Mm-hmm.
better. So then we end up, Andy said, let's have some fun. They show some clips and scenes of the women having good times throughout the season. He then asked what happened that night between Mia and Wendy. Wendy said that they were all in the bathroom showing each other they womanly parts. Andy said, okay, y'all can show each other y'all vaginas, but y'all can't get along. Okay.
Mm.
And I was like, right? Like, cause I don't know, no. Listen, I ain't never showed nobody my vagina. Let me just clarify that. I ain't no other woman.
Just my OBGYN.
Yeah, listen. I ain't never shown nobody my vagina just to be
And I tell her
woo.
to hurry up. Ma'am, come on. Don't be trying to have no conversation with me. Do what you got to do. Swipe, swipe.
And
Get
get up
out, get
on
out.
out of here. But in the off chance that I did show somebody my vagina, it's not gonna be a friend of me. It's not gonna be somebody that I'm not getting along with. Like I'm gonna be like, I don't
But that's
even
what
like you
happened when
like that.
tequila get in you.
But girl, look at this. Look at this. Like, no, that's
That's what tequila do to you.
I see. I don't know. I don't drink like that. Ray got the last question when the men were on there. He asked, what he thought about the allegations towards his wife this season. He said he was disappointed in all the women this season and he did not believe the allegations. Um, Robin said, watching back the Mexico episode where Karen said Juan squeezed her real tight and asked her to be the third in their threesome, she wanted to know if Karen was accusing Juan of sexually assaulting her. Is that what she was implying? I said, is that what she said? Like, if that ain't what she said, I don't understand
Why are
why.
you implying that?
Yes, like that baby ain't say that. In
Let's
my
not talk
opinion,
about Juan why he's not here. That's what Karen should have said.
exactly. Like he's not here to defend himself, so I'm not. And I don't run the tape back, Andy. Did I ever say anything like that? Please run the tape back because I ain't said net a thing. I ain't said that. Karen said I did not imply that. Ray said the day it happened, she did tell me about it, and Karen said Juan did not sexually assault me. Whatever. The men leave the stage. The reunion ends with Andy bringing in the speaker, and they play Candace's song. Okay.
Hmm.
Then they jump 2 weeks later. We see some unseen extended footage of Robin on Watch What Happens Live, talking about the lady with the hotel receipt. So she came to Baltimore and she was dating a Baltimore Ravens player. She left her wallet at the casino and then she reached out to Juan. He felt bad. He came down to pay for her room. And that's it, according to Robin. But the sense ain't making nothing. The sense ain't there. Ain't no sense to make sense. That's why I can't put it all together because it don't. The sense ain't there. That's why it don't make sense because the sense ain't there. Ain't no way I am dating a Baltimore Ravens player. I come to Baltimore, I lose my wallet, and I'm calling this man. I'm here for you. I came to
Hmm.
see Jasmine on the Baltimore Ravens.
Hmm.
I lost my
Hmm.
wallet. I'm gonna call Jim. What I'm calling Jim for? What Jim? Why I ain't calling my boo? Ain't I'm here for you? Doesn't make sense. Why he? How you feel bad for a
Who
stranger?
you at the casino with? You not at the casino with the Baltimore dude? Baltimore dude?
How you feel bad for a stranger though? I ain't never met you. She said he ain't never met that woman. He had never met her. I just talked to you on Instagram. Now I don't know
How
about
you know
y'all.
how she look?
I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all. I got an Instagram page. You know how many friends I met on Instagram? I'll tell you, zero. I ain't never met no friend on Instagram. You
Let
know who?
alone drop my card to pay for your.
You know who make friends on Instagram? My oldest. You know how old he is? 20. You know what kind of friends he make? Female. You know what kind of female friends they be? Ones that he like and want to date. I don't know how these kids meet people on Instagram. I don't know how they meet people. I'd be like, where you met her at? Instagram. You met her on a dating
Mm-hmm.
app? No, I met her on Instagram. How? How do you meet people on Instagram? Is there a search feature where you can search within your area? I don't know how this works. I
A
will get
friend know a friend. You see a story. You say, "I like what I like." That's when you get in the DMs. Not well, you might get in the story too, but you get in the DMs. You exchange snaps because I've just learned that these kids of mine don't
they
have
don't give
phone
out numbers.
numbers.
They don't give out
You
numbers.
give out the snap.
I learned that.
So give out the snap,
Mm-hmm.
and then y'all meet up. I guess I don't understand this.
But the
Like it's
common
just
denominator
crazy.
is who we talking about? Young people. We
Kids.
is
Oh, I'm
them
sorry.
ain't kids,
Young
young
people.
people, same thing. They listen. That baby 20, but he's still a kid. I don't that baby listen. That's my baby. I'm just saying, I don't know no grown folks that's knocking on 40 or older. Cause I'm knocking on 40. I don't know nobody that know people on Instagram, that met people on Instagram just to be friends. Like I don't and then even if you did just meet a woman on Instagram just to be her friend, and when you got a whole fiance, I said fiance, you got a whole fiance at home. At what point, how did y'all get so cool that this stranger, feels comfortable enough to let you know I lost my wallet at the casino? Can you come pay for my room? And what kind of fool is you with that you like? I just went down and paid for her room, and you didn't tell me before you went because he ain't tell her. I don't even know how she found out. Did he tell her? I mean,
The girl told him. The girl told Robin and Giselle.
so okay, so the girl, so she didn't know about it until the lady told her. Is what you
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah, and then I feel like then Robin asked him about it, and then that's when the
That's when he
story
told her what he
came.
told her.
Hmm.
I have
I want
Andy,
to hear what her story said, but of course, Robin says she doesn't want to give the
the girl, no
lady
attention.
no attention.
Andy asked, is that the only time that they met in person? She said yes. How do you know? Anywho, he said, have you seen their correspondences? She said no. And she didn't ask to see it because she trusts what he said is the truth. Girl,
That's some good
I'm
trust.
looking
I don't know
at
about that
the
trust.
correspondence. I'm looking at the correspondence. Who did what? Who said what? Especially if it's a stranger, you didn't went and put some money down on her hotel. You didn't use our money. Pay for this hotel room. Oh, I need to see how she asked, what she asked, when it was asked, what she told you she was gonna give you. Because if she paying you back, I mean, when she get back her wallet and everything, and she cash apping you this money back, because you ain't no single man just be giving away free money. We are not what's the word I'm looking for? Charity. We don't do charity. We do not do charity around here. We got
But
kids.
let's say that we were doing charity. At least you could be like, hey, one, come in the car with me while I go pay for this
That's
stranger's
what I'm saying. He would have took you
hotel.
with her.
Or
Him.
why are we dropping our credit card off at any given time? Why are we not doing this online?
Exactly. Yeah. Cause she's not thinking. She acting like Ashley. Um, Andy said Andy said, you believe they were never physical? She said no. There was no affair, no dating, and nothing physical. He said, you said you and Juan handled it. What did that mean? And I'm glad he asked that question because if there was no dating, no affair, nothing physical, what y'all had to handle? Like
True.
what did y'all have to handle? Like, because clearly there was, even if you do believe that there was no physical, no nothing, a part of you is still upset because he did this behind your back, whatever.
Hmm.
So I feel like you should at least let that part be known. Like, yes, I was pissed, whatever. Yes, it did take me a while to believe that what he said was true because I feel like we are in a relationship and we should make decisions together. He made a decision on his own without including me. I didn't appreciate that. My trust went out the window because he did that without me. So we had to work
Hmm.
through that. But you making it seem
Hmm.
like nothing happened, but at the same
Or you
time,
had no emotion attached to it.
yes, because all he did was go help this girl. It was stupid, yeah, but all he did was help her. He didn't do anything with her, but we worked through it. What y'all worked through though? He did something innocent. is y'all
That
working
is
through an
true.
innocent offense?
That
Whatever.
is true.
She's talking about some. We did premarital counseling, and this happened in November 2021. Filming started in March 2022, and by then they had talked through it and felt stronger going into the season. What was y'all working on, and why y'all feel stronger? I mean, granted, I can see going to counseling probably does help, whatever. Like, no matter what, whether you got an issue or don't have an issue, maybe it helped y'all with that. But you ain't saying this right, girl. You're not spitting it right. Andy then said, if you're on a show and infidelity comes up, why wouldn't you say anything about your situation? She said she was waiting for Karen to bring it up. And then Karen barely said anything. Girl, what show was you watching? Because Karen brought it up. She maybe didn't bring up the right situation. But if you really was waiting for Karen to bring it up, you could have spun what Karen said into the truth. Whatever. Like, no.
I don't know about the Georgetown, but the Canada girl,
Yes.
I do
Like,
have tea on that.
first of all, if you're going to say it right. There's no girl in Georgetown. You talking about that girl at the hotel. Whatever. Like, you could have spun it to get the story out there. Furthermore, it's stupid to wait on somebody else to bring up your infidelity. Third, and most important to me, I feel like you should have just, if you didn't want to talk about it, you should have been like, well, Andy, I didn't want to talk about it. Like, just because I've been through infidelity don't mean I want to talk about it on TV in front of everybody. It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed. So I didn't want to talk about it. Whatever. Because I would appreciate that answer, because nobody wants to be like, oh, they talking about how they got cheated on. Let me come over there and say, hey, what's this? He said it was March, November. What is it? November, December, January, February, March. It's 4 months later. Hey, y'all. 4 months ago, guess what? Juan cheated. 4 months ago, that's still pretty fresh. Like, that baby ain't ready to talk about it on camera. And I would have respected it if she would have just said that. Like, Andy, I hear what you're saying, but have you ever been cheated on? And were you able to talk about it the next day? Like, no, you don't want to talk about that. Like, I don't know. She just stupid. Whatever. She said she didn't want to bring up anything that they had already worked through. Whatever, girl. It ended with him asking if she gets tired of defending Juan. She said she doesn't defend him. She defends their relationship or their marriage, and they know why they are together. And to me, I guess it could be a solid answer, but I'm like, what do you mean y'all know why y'all together? Y'all got an arrangement? Like,
Obviously.
like, are y'all
I
really?
said, Robin, listen, they got an open relationship. They can do whatever they want to do. She just probably told them next time, tell me.
I don't know. I just know it's unfortunate. Like, I don't get it. It's definitely very, I hope that they are really together because they want to be together. Whatever. I really hope that they are not together just to prove everybody wrong. Whatever.
A
Just
part
to
of me just feel like that's what they're for. They're, well, on Robin's part, like I honestly don't think that Juan cares. Like, like, be married to me or not be married to me or whatever. Like, I'm not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. I'm still gonna say, whatever.
I'm still gonna be here with you and these
But
kids doing whatever I want
exactly,
to do.
but for exactly, because ain't nothing changed for him. He's still
Mm-hmm.
he's still doing what he got to do, but or not got to do, but want to do.
Mm-hmm. He's still meeting girls on
Um,
Instagram.
but I just, for I don't know why, but like for a reason, I just feel like that is really like sticking in my head. Like, she really did this to prove somebody wrong, and then got the nerve to be like, I don't know why people were so pressed about us getting married. Like, are you not human? You got proposed to 3 seasons ago.
3 years ago.
You think ain't everybody just supposed to ignore it? Like, wouldn't that be more disrespectful that you got proposed to and nobody's asking you questions about, oh, so when you gonna get married? I don't know why everybody wants to know about it. Ma'am, you're on a reality show. I don't know if you know, but you're on a reality show. And the reality of it is that we want to know, when are you going to get married? Like, you had this propose, this man on one knee doing it again, and you just trying to act like it doesn't bother. Like, Do you have a heart? Like, what's
And I want to say
going
at
on?
one of the reunions, she was talking about they was working on the marriage, or they was coming, to a date, whatever, just for it to never come up. I forgot what. I don't think she ever said a date, but it was like she was happy and she was talking about planning the wedding. And then, I mean, granted, maybe COVID messed it up, whatever. But I mean, no, this is what confuses me. And I mean, maybe things changed in between then and when they got married. Because if COVID messed it up, if you were planning on having maybe a big wedding, who knows, whatever, and then ultimately you ended up having a small wedding, why y'all just didn't get married when y'all wanted to get married? You know what I mean? Like, because y'all didn't have a big wedding anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
essentially, it was just y'all and y'all immediate family. So
Exactly. That's why I feel like it's for somebody else. Because what was the rush now? Like, what was the big rush of you getting married the day after your
brother
brother-in-law?
in law, just for that not to go,
Or
just for y'all not
right?
to do that and then get married in Potomac anyway, or Maryland or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But the season is over and we done, and I'm glad that it's over because they was getting on my nerves. This review was 2 hours, but we had to wait 3 episodes.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's good. The review, the episodes, that was what, one, two. It was 3.5 hours. So I mean, this ain't not
Oh,
as long
okay.
as the what you call. Y'all can break this up and watch it how y'all gonna watch it. Blame Jasmine. She the one that wanted to watch it and review it all at one time. Or
Oh,
actually, it ain't
listen,
even
now I
Jasmine.
can.
Jasmine suggested it, and then my mama was in the comments and she agreed with her. So
Oh, did she?
yes, she
Thank you,
did.
Mama E.
She the only one that responded. So we only had Jasmine and her my mama that said it. So we did what they wanted to. We be listening. We did what they
We
wanted to do.
did.
We be listening. I am obedient. Okay, I try to be obedient to everybody. But yeah, y'all, that is Potomac season 7, the wrap up. Hope you enjoyed it here. We were. It's late. We're tired.
Put it in the chat of what we should do next.
I think what that one show? It was a show with Tamar and them. We might
Oh
do that show,
yeah.
y'all. I don't even know when it come on,
Mm.
but I need
I'm gonna have
Tamar.
to look it up.
Is it Nivea
Nivea was in
and
there because that's
Evelyn?
what
Um,
this was like. I'm only watching it for Nivea. I was like,
she don't like Tamar.
I mean, I don't know if she like her or not. I just know
No,
that that's
she like Nivea.
Nivea is the
I
only
was
one
gonna
that
say
she's
I think
looking for.
Nivea is funny. Nivea is hilarious. Like she was on one other
Is
little
she?
reality show, and she was cracking me up. But I would definitely be watching it for Nivea and Tamar. I'm hoping maybe this will bring a little what is it, excitement
I
to
don't know.
Evelyn,
I was
because
like,
I
you just
am
moving your
not.
little
I was trying to get jizzed up, like,
razzle
yeah, a
dazzle.
little razzle, like have me have a certain affinity for Evelyn because I don't necessarily.
Girl, mm-mm.
I mean, sometimes you see
Probably
somebody in a
not.
different light. I mean, Candace redeemed herself this season. Candace wasn't
You know what?
always.
You right.
Yes,
She
Candace hasn't
sure
always been that
did.
great to watch, but this season she was all right, and she ain't even had no squares this summer. I mean, this season
She did.
she ain't had no
That's one
squares.
thing Andy did say. He was like, "Oh, get her squares." When she was talking about
Yeah,
her 6 kids,
she
just was like,
her
"Get her."
6 embryos.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ain't had no squares this season, so she did really good. But all right, y'all, we out of
She
here.
was bouncing off at everybody.
You said she was like, listen, I ain't got no tears this season, okay? I got that smoke. Me and Chris got the smoke. That's what we
Anybody
got.
can get it.
Listen, walk around the
Oh,
club,
listen.
forget everybody. All right, listen, walk around
I'm
the
gonna just put this.
reunion. Everybody can get it. All right. But all right, y'all, for real, we out of here. We will holler at y'all later. If you are fans of the podcast, we'll be back next month. So